Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome. We were on earlier and we were mentioning we wanted to go on for members and talk some astrology. I'm feeling guided to jump on the general channel and just go through a few of these transits really quickly because they're rather intense and we are steadily approaching them. So there are a few that are the primary transits here that are going to be really sort of key in the next few days. But I hope you're all doing well. Let me pull up the Mercury retro. Yeah. We're one day away. That's one of the transits, you guys. We're just one day away from, even less than that, actually, Mercury going direct. So if I can get my phone to turn on, something is wrong with the screen. Let me just plug it in. I hope you guys are doing well. There we go. Okay. So okay, we've got here as of the 18th. Right now, the moon is in Pisces, by the way, and it is retro. It is retro. Well, in a way, I see the void of course is retro, but it's void of course. So, this is just a heads up for those of you who have a lot of water in your chart. This might be a little bit of a strange time these next few hours. The moon is going to enter into Aries and technically leave void of course around 6:03 a.m. And it's technically going to be direct. I look at it as being in retrograde when it's void of course. So when it moves technically into Aries, it'll be no longer void of course. I like to give about 3 degrees to the moon to streamline out though. So yeah, let's clear it and ground. If you're making any major decisions, if there's something that you want to kind of like, how do we say, finally figure out, put like a final sort of stamp on, okay, maybe you want to wait until, yeah, about midday tomorrow is when we'll see the energies of the moon kind of regrounding and restabilizing. Right now we have a very strong Neptune energy and other factors. But anyways, we talk more about this in members. But again, I felt guided to jump on. I was like literally about to go into members and I was like, So yeah, well, this is usually the stuff that we talk about there. Mercury turns direct as well. This is, well, first Jupiter turns direct. 1:14 a.m. So we're almost there. We've got a few more hours. This is huge. Jupiter is a generational planet, quasi-generational planet. It's in between the speed of the personal planet and generational planets, and it is, it is a karmic cycle here. We're talking about, in a sense, also society, and this is partly because it is simultaneous to, this transit here is sitting simultaneously to the rest of the planets that are generational that have just recently been retrograde. So with Jupiter going direct, we are also seeing the overlapping energies. Like, let's say, okay, Saturn that has been retro simultaneous to Jupiter, Uranus, which is still retrograde, and so on and so on. These planetary energies have recently gone direct. Pluto recently, Saturn recently, and so now Jupiter is going to join and go clear. And so, but yeah, they were for a period of time all overlapping one another in a retrograde. So Jupiter going direct, this is, a third planet here, and we do still have Uranus, which will be for some time. And of course, Mercury is also retro at the same time. So, but now Mercury, So Mercury has been as well for a period. Obviously, Mercury doesn't go retro as long as, the slower moving planets, but generational planets. But yeah, it's interesting. It's turning direct. So on the same day as Jupiter. So Jupiter, a lot of energies here shifting out. It's going to technically be clearing tomorrow, but we still have a post shadow retrograde. Let's clear it. Now, Mercury will turn direct 11:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is going to be on the 18th here tomorrow. So, and then we have a Mars trine Jupiter. This is very interesting because Jupiter just went direct and Mars is getting pretty strong in Libra. Mars is also ruling the moon by that point. So this is a hell of a ride. But it is a trine. But the thing is, nothing is inherently negative, positive, neutral, whatever. A trine just means that the energy is very, very strong, actually. So, and with Mars and Jupiter both fire-based planets, it's a lot of fire energy. So we're going to talk more about this at length, and we'll talk about orbs and such in members. We will sort of talk about the bubble of influence because, of course, especially with generational planetary aspects, we're looking at definitely a longer term orb. So yeah, this has been this Mars trine Jupiter, and it is sometimes it's very much present, even if it's at a 0 degree, even if it is, let's say, at an 8-degree orb. And the beginning of the orb and the end of the orb, when an aspect closes out, can be incredibly fucking intense. And so it's not just when it is exact. I've actually found that, the end of a cycle. So let's say, for example, do you guys remember the 11-hour reading I did? The 11-hour, the sign by sign, October to November, messages for Venus in Sagittarius series. Let's clear the energy around. Yeah. That, I literally finished that reading minutes, seconds away from when the Mars trine Saturn, which was almost a month long of a journey of an aspect, went out of orb of about 8 degrees. So that was very interesting because, listen, Mars is action, your energy, and Saturn is sustenance, right? What you sustain over time. So the orbs do matter, and the cycle, the lifetime of an aspect really does matter. I see it like that. This is how I work with astrology. This is what I've seen. So we talk more about that. We talk about, the sort of the beginning and the end, so-called, of the influence, at least when it is more prominent in members. We talk really, really about that in 48 hours and really in the hourly. So we're going to pick back up with members here I wanted to do it today, but maybe it's going to be tomorrow. So, all right. I'm heeding my personal intuition. Yeah, so sometimes spirit wants these messages out in the way of, in the general. So, and we don't really see much happening on the 19th, but we do still see, obviously, shit going down. And what is really key as well is that, the day before we are live, Paul, greetings. The day before a planet goes direct, I was just talking to somebody earlier about this. It's very actually important the day before because like our final exam, right? It's like it goes direct, right? What is this whole cycle? That's where we have to ask ourselves connection to the concept of the retrograde, because when a planet does go direct, right, it hits a culmination point. It's kind of like saying we can't get to the new moon without going through the full moon, So this is an intense period. We are literally finalizing. I'm hearing also fizzling out. Interesting. Jupiter with Mercury on the same day, more or less, here today. So sort of, finalization. And then tomorrow, we'll go direct. Important to remember, of course, that there is a post-shadow retrograde period, and I would look at that, especially when looking at Mercury. All right, generational planets. It's like, how long can we wait, so-called. But you definitely want to maybe still it would be helpful to be aware of the full cycle of a generational planet, but with a faster moving planet like Mercury, if you can wait until November 4th to carry something out really important, why not? Now, let's pull up the chart right now. Yes. So the sun and Mars, they're still very close to one another here. They're about 4 degrees apart, and we recently had an exact conjunction. It was with the this stellium, Mercury, and Mars and the sun. Now Mars and Sun. Remember, we were talking about this. They're moving farther away. We mentioned this, I think, about in the last Astro talk about a week ago, where it was very intense, like where everything was exactly conjunct. Now the Mars and Sun are trailing out. They're getting ready to go into Scorpio. Mercury is still obviously in Libra, and it's about 10 degrees right now. So it hit 25, and then it was like, nah, we have to take a look at that again. And it went back to 10 degrees, and it's basically lingering there, and then it will jump back. I think it'll go to about 10 degrees, and then it's going to start hiking back up in the opposite direction towards the 25th degree yet again, where it will then clear, and then it will hit its natural speed, more or less after that, and then it's going to dip very, very soon, very, very quickly into Scorpio. So just not a few days even after it goes clear in November. So yeah, that's going to be really a shakeup. I feel like things are going to be just changing. They're going to just be, it's like where we thought, things were slow and whatnot. It's going to get like, it's just going to be all sort of happening. I hear that as well. Interesting. So let's clear it. Yeah. Venus is in Sagittarius. So here's the thing, with the sun here getting pretty strong. 25 degrees right now with the sun in Libra. This is pretty strong. We have a strong solar energy right now, and that can be pressure. And we talked about this earlier. It could be pressure. Okay? It can be, feeling the need to also feel like we are being seen, validated. Okay, especially because it's in the sign of Libra. And it is Mars that is conjunct the sun. So there's some kind of like sometimes they'll question of pressure, like what exactly is my medium, is my story, is the way that I want to carry out my cause. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe right now you've got a lot of ideas, but you're feeling like a little bit limited when it comes to how you're carrying it out. I'm actually seeing this as, it's very strange. I see it as like a lot of energy, but then like almost like an exhaustion. And, maybe it is the fact that Mars is so close to the sun. It's almost like this explosive, like combustive energy. And in Libra, it's a lot, but then it's like, it's not, Libra is not, it's not a actionable energy, really. I mean, it's wonderful with concepts and, pleasure and order and symmetry. But when it comes to implementation, maybe we will see more of a green light here when Mars turns in with fire, Mars and Sag. Holy shit, you're gonna get your shit done. Yeah. And with Scorpio, yeah. Okay, you're gonna understand like with greater divinity what it is you want to create and what it is you want to do and how you do want to carry shit out. Right now we're also maybe just having ideas though. And that's where I'm saying, it's not that we can't get shit done. It's just Mars in Libra is also, preoccupied with the options and the ideas and the weighing out and and so it's been a little exhausting. I'm not going to lie. This cycle, as I found it, is like, especially for those who have a lot of fire in your chart and you want to like kind of get stuff going and get stuff done. It can get really, really, really irritating because you're sitting there thinking, well, is it sort of like me? Like, why isn't it moving forward? And I don't think, this is a moment where we have to also identify, especially those of you who are launching products, it's a matter of understanding and connecting with your so-called audience. Okay. And this has to be clear before you can actually implement anything. So this is a necessary phase. Obviously, this is important. We're not looking at the energies and cycles as anything is bad or good or whatever. We're not. We're talking about the frequency and the role that it plays in the overarching cycle of manifestation. So we're moving through Libra, and then we're going to move into Scorpio with Mars, which will be very, 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 I think, nice and refreshing. Looking forward. Yeah, because this is putting pressure. Listen, Mars is getting stronger. And it's not really exalted in Libra, but it is still getting stronger. So it's like kind of like, remember the Venus and Scorpio situation? Mars is co-ruler of Scorpio. Mars is kind of, getting stronger. It's like, hey, I actually want to take action. And it's wearing the clothing of Libra right now. So it's like, actually, can I take the heels off? Love and light. But like, I need to run. Like, Mars wants to charge. I don't know. I'm seeing that. I'm just seeing it. Yeah. Okay. And Libra is, wants to make sure it's cute. Mars is like, I'm not about cute. I need to get going and I need to take action. Like, let's clear it. So, there are times. And so right now, I'm seeing it in terms of the exhausting energies and the feeling kind of that there's a lot coming up. And this is with any sign. With Mars at 20 something degree of any sign, it's going to feel exhausting. It can. And with it so close to the sun, which is our life force energy, this can be, this can be a time where we almost feel like, I want to do everything, but then we can get also really caught up in the details and the perfection, and it almost feels a little bit Virgoan. I'm not gonna lie, it's reminding me of Virgo season where we had Mars in Virgo. Let's clear it. You guys remember that with the Leo sun? I'll never forget that. That was because it's like you have this tinge of like understanding what you really want to express, but then it's like when it comes to like expressing it and carrying it out, it's like goo goo gaga. I don't know. This is how I've been feeling. So when we move into Mars and Scorpio, I feel like shit's gonna go down, and it's gonna get awkward wherever we haven't been really remembering our name. I don't know what you guys take it as you will. Let's clear it around. Mars and Virgo was very, very productive. Mars and Virgo, but then it got like once, I don't know if you guys remember, but once it got very strong in those last few degrees, it was almost impossible to like even move. It was like every detail became like everything. We became so zoomed in. It's interesting. Yeah, so when Mars and Scorpio is going to get pretty cray. But it's going to be necessary because it's a shift. It's like the seasons. Do we want to live in like holly jolly, like 60s and sunshine forever? I mean, unless you aspire to live in Los Angeles or California, however, maybe even, I don't know, Miami. I mean, you do have some crazy weather patterns in Miami too, but no, like maybe, but I personally love seasons, and I see that seasons are necessary. This is kind of just my intuition. And with astrology, every archetype is a season. We have to move through and we talked about this as well. Like there's a reason for everything, and moving through one sign and into the next, it's necessary. So, right? So, but it doesn't mean that it can't, it gets frustrating when the planets get to their advanced degrees. The conversation becomes so intense. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. There's no bad. Okay. But it's just intense. And so it depends what that conversation is. What is that conversation that's happening? Right? So, Mars and Libra, when it hits the 29th degree, even I'll say like a stellium will really show you things. It'll really, really, really show you things. Like it will tell you very clearly. It will bring very close, upfront, close and personal to you what you're working with when it comes to that frequency. So stellium times, advanced degree times are wonderful times to see the true essence and nature of that archetypal placement. But you need to be aware of it just to know that it could be a very intense time. I mean, you don't have to, but I find it helpful because sometimes you're like, what the fuck is going on? The world is weird right now. Strange vibes. It's helpful sometimes to know in advance what's going on. especially if you've got a lot of that element naturally. If you're somebody who has a Sun and Mars and Libra naturally in your birth chart with Mercury, if this is your natural placement, if you've got a lot of a certain element, you know, a stellium can really trigger the positive manifestation of that energy or the shadow. So personally, I like to know ahead of time if I'm about to, you know, take a test like that. So this is to say, those of you who have a lot of, not even a stellium, but just in general, like hopefully one day I'll have a way of doing this simply. I want to help people understand the chart. Maybe we'll do this, but yeah, better, like where you can actually calculate. But anyways, I've been working on this, but let's see. But anyways, if you've got a lot of an element, even let's give an example. In your birth chart, you've got Mercury at 29 degrees. Let's just say you got a fucking strong ass Mercury. Whenever Mercury's popular in the chart at any moment in time, astrologically speaking, you are going to be triggered to confront those under. It's a confrontation. That's kind of what it's like. So if you got anyone who has a lot of Mercury will understand that that can be challenging. It's like the mind won't stop. You know, it could be very like it's almost like you've got all these thoughts and they're all different people and they're all having a conversation with each other. That could be Mercury. It can serve you. Okay. Having quite a bit of Mercury in the chart can be a tremendous asset. Okay. But as with any element, it can also be detrimental. And that can lead to anxiousness. It can lead to, you know, just thinking a lot and focusing too much on your thoughts and trying to understand, okay, when it's not an understanding logical situation. Maybe it's more a matter of intuition. Okay, so that's where the mind can get in the way of also the other elements in the chart if it is too strong. This is the approach I like to take to astrology. I like to look at all of the elements and how they are all sort of talking amongst one another. This is really important. That's why I don't really like these websites that say, oh, you're a Sun in Scorpio. So. It's like we have to look at the whole chart. Okay, what is the ruler of Scorpio doing? You know, there's it's a whole conversation. So astrology is so complex, and that's where I feel that though it's helpful, the transits, to be able to checkpoint with you. It's a checkpoint. It's a moment where you say, I'm going to check in with myself. And it's a reflection point. The universe is like, yo, check it out. Some people, they'll breeze through certain transits. They won't even feel it. Some people will really feel. And that's where you want to, you know, look at astrology I say at every moment, more or less, if you feel guided, and see what's coming up. But astrology is a very personal science. It's something that you make your story with personally. And, you know, some people are not ready to look into astrology, and that's okay too. Some people are not, they're not at that point, and people who make fun of astrology and yada yads, okay, they probably have a few yads in their birth chart that they're not really calling upon. And it could be a denial situation, whatever it is. Love and light, let's clear it and ground. These are jokes, you guys. But in general, like, astrology is kind of like, it's like saying, like, it's like how do we say? It's an activation as well. So it's when they're ready. It's when they're ready. We can't force it upon anybody. And, you know, that's kind of what it's like. And honestly, you can have two people who have very similar placements, but the transits will mean different things for them, right? Because it's how you consciously channel those frequencies, how you consciously channel those energies. So how are we doing in the chat, guys? I want to do a poll. Oop, it's closed. Isaac, what the hell? Okay. That's the question then, I guess. I was going to type, I'm a water sign, and it just entered. Yeah. Well, Mercury's like, bro, I'm still retro. Hey. You think it's over? You think we're done? I just put a poll. Anyways. How cool, Michael. Michael says, North Note. Aw, that's so cool. Lovely. Let me end that poll. I don't know what it means. So, you know. How many of you have Pisces here? What the fuck is going on, you guys? Every time I'm trying to do the poll, it either closes the screen or it closes the poll. Closes the poll. The fuck? It's Mercury. It's Mercury retro. It must be. And my sleeping cycle has been all wonky. Like literally like whoa, 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 whoa. It's strange, I'm telling you. But there's a reason for everything. Like, but it's that I honestly feel, yeah, I feel it's that Mars in Libra, to be honest. You know? Yeah. Because Mars is also our energy level. So Libra, it keeps trying to like balance it out, kind of. This is just my intuition. This is what I'm feeling. It's going to be very interesting. I want to go through the whole zodiac wheel. We'll do an Astro talk through every Mars sign. Okay, because let's see in real time, because I bet you when we hit fucking Mars and Scorpio season, we're not going to be in like, I don't understand where what's, yeah. Especially because at that point Mercury will be direct. Okay, and maybe it's more this cycle. I feel it as in this cycle. Okay, every year is different. Every year is different. So I'm just feeling there's a lot of bullshit still as well swirling around. I don't know what that's alluding to. I'm seeing like sitting bathwater. I don't know. But this is what I'm seeing. And it's like, I'm hearing apocalyptic. I don't know what. It's like things that we're not expecting to be a big deal are important, and they're going to be brought up. This is going to be. Okay. When the sun enters Scorp and Mars enters Scorp. Wow, Danger Cat. You slept 11 to 12 hours. Yeah, it's like I slept like all of a sudden, and then it was like, I'm like not getting any sleep. It's like weird. Paul, I'm zooming in on your screenshot because like I'm a Scorpio rising and my Pluto is like I'm just telling you, you look exactly like this person who works somewhere local nearby. I'm starting to wonder if someone took your screenshot, took a picture of you and posted it. Strange. Real strange. You've got a doppelganger. The real Paul, if you're out there, there could be someone using your screenshot. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm going to zoom back out now. I'm starting to feel weird. It's weird and ground. Yeah, Paul. Mm-hmm. So. V real Paul. Hey, Athena. Athena says, I've been feeling so much lately. Truthheart says, my brother had a fire, Grand Trine, 2 yachts, and a kite. Wow. That's crazy. You guys, they're starting to put in, like, they're like not letting, this is just so off topic, but they're not letting like unvaccinated people into certain gyms now. Can you believe this? How do you guys, how do you, what are you guys thinking about this? Like, aside from like the whole, I don't know, like, I'm not saying that people should not be careful. That's not the point of what I'm saying, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't. This is starting to seem a little bit scary. Like, can we start thinking about it? Like a little bit. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, there's off. Okay, this is my theory with Corona is that this is obviously something spiritual. Okay, something is. It's interesting that we're filming this with Mars, with the moon at 20 at, well, very very late degrees of Pisces right now, and um, someone had commented the other day. They were like, "Nat, why do you think that the Corona, keep clear Corona thing came through during a Pisces season? It was something with Pisces, and Neptune does rule bacteria. It's really really interesting, the timing of everything here, somewhat. But anyways, let's clear around. So Pisces is also about activations. It's very very interesting. So, and it was during a time, yeah, it was something very particular. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, I'm sure most people are, but for those who are not, I did a channeling. It was about a year before the Corona pandemic and whatnot. Before it became, mainstream so-called news, I was doing a channeling and I said, keep clear Corona. But Corona was coming through in a string of readings during that time, actually. It wasn't just that reading. It was a few. People were going around. They were like, Nat, you got to check this out. Like, so anyways, long story short, the point being that I personally obviously think, and if you watch that Keep Clear Coronavirus reading, let me post it here, the original one. If you watch over it, it's literally it seems in, this is where I invite you to look at videos over time, but it's literally describing it as an activation of the throat chakra. So if you're looking at it from the standpoint of, yeah, and in that whole video, I was talking about, I said ears, nose, throat, activation. Okay, let me get the video. It's the Pisces May 2019 reading. The title is They're Here to Stay. Very interesting. Let me bring this up. So, point being, there is a reason. I'm hearing marathon. There's a reason for all of this. And I really do feel, obviously, we're going through a massive collective ascension. Now, to me, this is my personal feeling here. I feel like it is kind of just a matter of increasing your vibration at a certain point, right? And I personally feel that it's a matter of being in the light, being grounded, okay? Empowering exactly those things, the throat chakra. Okay, ears can be related to however. Okay, and different such things. Let's clear it around. And so when I look at the so-called pandemic, okay, I honestly look at it as sorry, I got distracted there a little bit. I look at it as a period, okay, of also really release and releasing, how do we say, releasing and recalibration. And it's important to take the time. Like, nothing is random. Okay, if how do we say, it's like we mirror the the universe, right? If we can say that in a sense, we mirror Earth. How can we say we're really separate from Earth? Earth right now is sort of like, we can say, an organ that is undergoing some sort of transformation right now, right? And if we were to look at our own, if our own selves, our own body, our physical body, okay? If let's say we cough, like, right? Let's say if we're coughing, would we be like, oh, that has to do with, like, you know, this piece of paper, this pencil? It's not me. It's the pencil coughing. It's not me. Would we see it like that? It would be more, okay, if you really want to get down to it, right? As above, so below, as within, as without. There's something within me that is coming out. I am experiencing it externally. In other words, every so-called symptom that you experience, it's related to a deeper root cause. Okay? So there's a reason for everything. And I see that as the mirroring of Earth right now. Earth, this is a symptom. Earth is expressing itself in a way. And I know this is maybe somewhat abstract. Like, people who, like, don't believe in energy and whatnot, okay, they'll be like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. So, but I'm pretty sure that the majority of people here in this chat are probably not, like, thinking like that. But you never know what's what. So, but what I'm just saying here is that there's a reason why Earth is experiencing something right now, and it's a matter of how we're observing the treatment of the cause. So this whole, like, I don't know what, this is my personal intuition, and you need to make a decision that's right for you always. But personally, okay, I feel like I don't want to necessarily sterilize this experience. And it's a very deep and spiritual experience. And I feel that this whole, like, strange, like, I can't wait for, like, life to start again. Is that bullshit right there? That's not life. That's consumerism. That's dying for consumerism to just rock your world. Like, I don't know. I like this whole processing and, recalibration. And honestly, this whole thing is making really clear, okay, where people are at in their life. No, really, truly. The people I talked to who really appreciated this time and expanded their consciousness during this time, it's very telling. And people who are like, I hate this, and okay, that is just very telling. Love and light, but it is. Yeah. Okay. And it's like, why are you resisting introspection? Think about it. I'm not saying that anything is necessarily anything. It's always your mindset, right? Let's clear it. You can be a so-called vegan and you can also be toxic, because your thoughts can be toxic, okay? Right? Like, it's all everything. It's not like, oh, I'm not doing that, and it's like that, or I'm doing this, and it's not like that. So, not to say anything at all, right? But I just don't know. Obviously, I'm not saying like I don't think it's responsible to be like, it's not about the point is the heart space. The heart space. And people who, like, even, like, are just going out and, like, just not even, like, when they took the mandate away for the masks, which, by the way, I enjoy the mask. I do. I want to filter the air. I do. I like having also 6 feet. I do. I personally, we need that. Okay? But, as humans, we've really, really, really abused Earth, unfortunately, for a period of time we have. Yeah. And so, I don't know, people who don't, like, they're not bothered by the air quality in these big cities. It really is kind of concerning. So, personally, I like to filter the air. And I mean, I don't know how good of a job my mask is doing, but I have noticed that I've actually really liked it. Yeah, I've actually really liked it. Not smelling the exhaust from, like, cars and so, but anyways, let's continue. So what I'm seeing here, it's like I don't think it's really like even when they so-called they were like, okay, everyone could go like without a mask now, and now everybody is just like taking off their mask. They were being so irresponsible. Like people, it's like, do you even know what this is? Like, do you really even know? What if the so-called vaccine? I know this is maybe like, okay, you take it, no, but you take it as you will. What if the vaccine, maybe you're still getting so-called sick, but you're just not even feeling it? So what is that telling you? This is okay, you guys. Yeah. No, I'm channeling right now. Okay, this is not hocus pocus. I'm channeling right now. Let's think about this. It's like numbing you. I'm gonna just, yeah, no, I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just be really clear here and direct here. That's like taking a pill. Okay? So it's like an illusion. It's not that you're not getting like what if it's you're still coughing but you're not coughing? I don't know. This is creepy. But personally, I don't know. I feel like I want to hear Earth out. I want to see what's going on here. I don't want to like be, but you gotta. Everybody has to make their decision, and that's where it's like, yeah, it's not, and that's the point too. It's not up to people telling people what to do and how to think and what to feel. I think that's really a big part of it as well. And I just don't like that it's a culture now. I don't like that. It's like, but you know what? No, listen. I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, if businesses who put it's very obvious businesses that are just out there now for just like their own profit and shit. Okay, that's very, very clear, and I don't want to be a part of that. No, I don't want to be a part of somewhere like that. So I don't know, you guys, maybe it's just whatever it is, but let's clear it. Yeah, no, I swear it's like, and it's causing so much like animosity, like, you know, it's not it's like yeah, it's just strange. It's just strange. And like you see people like in the beginning, some people were like, I think it comes down to compassion. It comes down to like common sense. It comes down to like some people like when they let's think pre-corona pandemic. Some people when they're sick, they don't care getting other people sick. They'll just be coughing and like they're not even thinking about they're just coughing on everyone and sneeze, they don't care. It's the same concept. Like, so it's like either you're compassionate or you're fucking not compassionate. You know what I'm saying? Let's clear it in ground. Does this concept make sense? Or is this like kind of like so it's like a simple thing. Like even when, for example, when corona, like think of it, even Japan, they're preventative. They wear masks anyways, like just before corona. Like, but anyways, like honestly, when the whole pandemic started in the beginning, it's like, you know, I would tell people, I'm like, hey, like we don't know what this thing is. Like you just want to like be careful. And people were like, oh, like we're going to like restaurants, like everything is fine, no one's saying anything. It's like, why don't you think common sense? Like, don't you think that if something is traveling around, right, that it and then it became a whole thing like, oh, now now it's a thing, so now we're repping like not going here and there and there. Well, my point is that it is like it becomes like a way people just want a way to differentiate themselves and to compete with others, and that's the sickness of this. That's the sickness of this, is that it's not about compassion. So I'm just wary. I'm wary of, I just not, yeah, let's clear it. Let's clear it around. But honestly, you guys, you know what I really feel? I really feel that there's a reason, like, for everything, obviously. And People who think they know what's going on, that's the part. They want to outsmart the earth. They want to outsmart the cycle and process. Like, and that's where, the most important thing is that you're being honest with yourself and you're following your intuition. I think. Because, if you make a decision, you want to do it because you made the decision, because you felt it was right. And if you do it, because that's your personal journey. That's your personal journey, and the decisions you make are the decisions that you make. And you can look at anything as positive. Nothing is inherently positive, negative, or neutral, right? It's the intention with which you are carrying something out. And so we don't want to make a decision because someone else told us to, especially, right? That can, if it doesn't end up being in alignment, that can turn into resentment, right? We don't want that. We don't want to feel like someone else is making a decision for us personally. Take it as you will. That's right, truth heart. That's right, truth heart. And that, honestly, before Corona, that was the concept to begin with. It's like Corona isn't. It's just making it kind of more clear a little bit. I don't know. But the point is definitely compassion, and I do think that there's definitely some sort of symbology, obviously, in what's going on. Like, again, nothing's random. This is intentional. So why not be in flow and one with the cycles that are, rather than trying to outsmart it and so-called fight it and fight the process and cause so much hate even for the process. It's like, you have such an issue with, like, being at home? Well, maybe it's a question of the concept of home. You have an issue with leaving the most, destructive, commercialized reality? That's your issue? And I know people have literally spread so much hate due to the pandemic. It's like, but I'm talking people who, let's say, okay, they, like, for simple things like, my life is but it's like, what do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know people who have literally looked at the cycle and been like, I created my life because of this. My real life. And they stepped out of shit that wasn't working, and they stepped into shit, and they started to create shit that was working for them. And they started to realize things and have epiphanies and recognize, okay, the truth of the matter. And it's like, so, like, there is a reason. And it's like, people, it's like, it's just like, what are you running away from? Oh my God, I can't be, like, isolated. I can't have my alone space. It's like, what's your problem with, like, maybe that's why the universe is. That's really the test. I don't know. How you want to integrate at this point. You have to integrate with the self to be able to truly integrate with the outside world. Otherwise, that's why I get irritated with this whole, like, just, I need to rush back into society and be, like, relevant. It's like, that proves that you're way too dependent on that concept of who you think you are in so-called society, and way too dependent on the concept of society. Okay? And not enough in the space of, like, your role of who you are. Like, I'm fine not going to gyms and doing all this bogus shit, because anyways, I don't even resonate with that. Let's clear it in ground. Yeah. Paying to get hit on by creeps. Love and light. No, but, like, really. Just think about it. In the commercialization of the gym, I'm starting to realize what my values are. This is my point. I'm starting to realize what my values are more by way of these so-called restrictions that have been placed, because it's telling me a lot here. Yeah. Like, think about it. No, you guys, this is a very slippery slope. When they start creating these situations where it's like, you got to do that, you got to do that, and you got to do that, then it's like, pretty soon people are going to get, like, kind of just, how do we say, like, they're going to acclimate to the reality, the psychology that someone else knows better than them, and that they will make the decisions for them. Excuse me, no. Like, do you even really know what the Earth is? Do you really even know, like, what exactly is going on with the Earth? Does anyone really know? So it's like, that's kind of where we have to be like, hold on a second. You know? And people are so, no offense, love and light, but they're so dumb. Like, they're like, wow. It's like, they're just consume the news, and then they just kind of like, and then they just like live their so-called life. It's like, you're basically vegetating. I personally feel that way, but you take it as you will. Energetically, like spiritually, like you're in 100% like vegetation mode, like you've been hijacked. When you're just looking at the news and you have no like say, and that's where it becomes slippery slope, because then we're not working to activate our pineal gland. Yeah, and that's unfortunately, let's clear it around, the calcification of the pineal gland. Obviously, a lot of things, contribute to that. And that's where I think ascension of Earth as of late has been really looking at that and really waking some people up, like really, and then like pointing out where some people are really stuck, love and light, but like so dependent on a system, like, and it's training wheels. Even it's like they don't even know what the fuck is what, and that's where it's just like so silly. Like, I don't know. Like, you're not making decisions for yourself. Then you're just literally like listening to what someone is telling you, and that's taken away your sovereign. It's taken away your intuition. It's like it's very manipulative, you guys. Love and light. Let's clear it. Yeah, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's like a marketing thing. That's what I feel. News is like marketing, and it's just very, very problematic, I think, in some ways. And it's unfortunate because people oftentimes, like, they're so-called like so intelligent, and you know what I'm talking about. People who like are very like newsy. I don't know how to describe this. This may be very controversial, whatever. But I don't care. And we have to say it at a certain point, like, you're not impressive. You're not smart just because you listen to the news. Please. Can we get out of that? Yeah. You're not impressing me with that. Okay? You're just regurgitating. Okay, where is the thought here? Okay, for your own story. I hear that as well, right here. Mm-hmm. Like, what do you have to say? Okay, that's where we're just like so much in consumer mode. Like, it's like you don't realize that that's so passive. You think you're active by regurgitating. You're not. You're just like a little minion. Love and light. You're basically just like. But that's where the psychology is so creepy, because it's the psychology of thinking that that's actually active. I don't know. Let's clear it. I get to a point with that. These snooty people who think they're just so everything based on the channel they watch on TV. It's just like sad. And then they create, okay, this is such a hypocritical storyline. It's like then you create more division and more hate, okay, by clinging on to a mantra. Can we think about it? Like, ew, I'm so sorry. Truly. And that's kind of the brainwashing thing. That's the brainwashing thing. And I think any brainwashing is not, it's not healthy, you guys. I don't care what people call themselves. I'm a liberal. I'm a Democrat. I'm a this. It's like, if you're brainwashed, if you are clinging on to a focal point of any storyline, you're not being true. Yeah. And that's the point I'm trying to make here. Anything, if anything is said to be an absolute, it's not fucking real. Okay? How can anyone come and say this is an absolutism? Who the fuck are you? I'm so sorry. No, really. But I feel like truly it's just a show of insecurity. If you need to like cling on to like what, okay, people tell you connects you to reality, it's like that's literally like the point of what you need to really reiterate, but in a different sense of the word. I hear it like this. Like, you need to understand how you make sense of that. It's like, take off the training wheels already. Okay? Why are you letting someone tell you more than yourself what you know to be true? And people who look at like online and like the news for politics, that's just the funniest shit to me. It's like, you think that that's fucking real? Oh my, like, hold on a second. You think Chuck E. Cheese is who he is on stage? Like, can we, like, I don't know, like, knock on the TV a little bit with that? You're literally falling for like one big show. Are we like okay? Like, let's think about it. People who like really believe, like, if let's say we have like a system of like power and whatnot, we have one person who's like so-called in power. You think it's like really what it looks like? Let's think about the concept of power as something that is literally directed in one direction towards one person, like that, or one system. It's like, you think they're not going to take advantage of that? Like, they already have by just that very notion. So I don't know. I feel like this is just a huge trap. And we're talking about politics. Let's clear it. This is where it gets very silly, and people who cling on to it to have a relationship to their life in some way, it's just like very, very kind of weird. I don't know. I hope this is making sense. But it's just a moment. Like, I feel like this is something, I don't know. There's a lot more that you don't see. And I'm just thinking about people who are, or whatever it is, okay, who are trying to, because this is a war that is taking place. No, it is. And energy light workers, you guys, okay? I don't know if you've got, like, you know, friends, relatives, or whatever who are, like, downplaying the science of your story in whatever way. But what are they clinging on to? Their information, their data, their facts? Well, I don't see anything here when it comes to what you're creating really outside of the story that's told. Come on. Wake up. Like, get like with yourself here. And that just tells you people who resisted, okay, taking time to regenerate and work on themselves during the storyline, okay, that tells you how strongly ingrained they are in that psychology of so-called society. And I don't, people will tell me, oh my God, you're such a weirdo. You're like an outcast. You need to do this and you need, yeah, can you believe that? No, really. Can you believe that? People will come and say, you know, you have to do these things and that, you have to do that. And oh, you need to start, you know, doing, it's like, think about it. I'm like, no, it's the other way around, baby. You need to maybe let go of what you think is real to you to make you feel like you're integrated. I'm integrated. Okay. But I understand where I am in resonance. That's the difference. Okay. So I don't see this as antisocial. People have such a fear of being antisocial. I'm social all the time. If anything, I'm interacting a little too much because I'm very empathic. Yeah. Okay. So people are just dumb. Love and light. It's not dumb as dumb. Okay. But it's like, it's because they're not dumb, but they're believing that they're too dumb. That they're dumb. We're talking pineal gland here. Let's clear it. She's telling people they're dumb. No, I'm telling people that they're absolutely the creator. Okay. It's dumb to think that you're not empowered to also be the creator of reality in every storyline. Okay. So yeah, and it's just like, it's like people who like, they look at like people on the news as like, wow. It's like, bro, who is that? Who is it? Well, like, no, really, do you actually respect that person? What are they doing? I don't know. It's really very irritating though. Let's clear it because it's not a real vibration. And I feel like that is most irritating for people who have a lot of water in their chart, very sensitive, very empathic. Don't let anybody tell you. I'm going to get really specific here. People have a lot of water in your chart, dealing with people who have a lot of air, who are predominantly air and predominantly earth as well. I'll say that. Yes. Okay. Truth heart. Don't let them try and tell you and judge you. It's like, it's not my fault you don't have, okay, your intuition here integrated fully with yourself. It's not my problem. Yeah. No, it's not. You're not going to tell me that I am dumb or that I don't know, okay, what I do know. excuse me? Like, do you know what Atlantis is as well? Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're getting snap. We're getting snap. No, do you? Oh, no. Come and tell me. Do you know what the Earth is? Do you know the history of the Earth? Do you know crystal power? Do you know? Are you aware? Oh, you don't. Okay, so then step back. Step back. Just like for a second now. 6 feet now. Okay. 6 feet now. Yeah. And it's like, I'm sorry, but Spirit's holding me from these people as well. Yeah. And they can be family members, you guys. They can be family members. So you take it as you will. Okay. Sometimes we get very caught in the reality of like, but this is my family and like they're all doing this. And like, but if you're a light worker, you will likely be born in a situation, okay, where you are not really in resonance completely, and you know it, because you are here to raise the vibe. Like, think about it, right? Why would a doctor go to the house of a so-called healed patient to treat them instead of going to the house of someone who needs healing? That doesn't make sense, right? So it's like, why would a light worker be born in a family where there's no sort of like, need? And those are the biggest contracts that you have. So don't feel like outcasted. Let's clear it. You have to be very brave as a light worker. You have to be very, very, very brave. Okay? And very, very strict here with who you align with, because people are going to look at you as a weirdo. They are. And I've seen this, and I've heard this, and I've observed this. Okay. Many times when you're going through a spiritual awakening, what do you have to do? You have to detach. You have to separate. You have to kind of be on your own. Okay? And people who are not really in the light and don't really understand the storyline and the cycle and the cyclicalism of the position of a light worker on Earth will challenge that and try to frame it, and they will feel uncomfortable with it. Okay, they don't. Yeah. So, but we have to think. We have to be brave. You know what's right for you. If you feel like you need time to kind of like take time apart, let's clear it and ground. Yeah. It's like, think about animals. When they're sick, what do? They're not integrating with the rest of the pack. They go out into the middle of the forest and they spend time alone in the shrubs, in the bushes, right? They detach themselves. They need to be with themselves. This is what I'm feeling is similar to the light worker. We need to detach, you guys. And that's not a bad thing. Society makes it seem like it's bad to be like independent like that. No, it's fucking not. No, it's not. Okay? You know how many times people come through and they're like, oh, there's a problem. It's like, there's no fucking problem. Let's turn it around. I think there's a problem that you are married, actually. And that you were married at such a young age. And your life story is that. Love and light? No, but yeah. So if you're going to tell that to me, I could say it to you too. I have my own perspective. And that's why it's about the perspective. Workers here, you have a very unique perspective. That's the controversy. So you need to be, though, remembering that, okay, it's not selfish to be honest with yourself. And that's also really important, because many times, right, as an empath, you're very sensitive to people. But it doesn't mean that just because you're sensitive and you know what maybe someone else is feeling, like, oh, they don't want me to leave, or they don't want me to have my alone time. It could be your family. It could be however it is. Okay, that's the difference. It doesn't mean that that's what I need and that's what's right for me and that's what I want. Let's clear it around. But sometimes it can be very challenging as an empath, because we can really absorb, we can take on the energy of others. And that's where you need really strong boundaries to be able to know and to be able to identify, actually, for real, what is your energy and what is not. Is that my thought? Wait, is that my vibe? Wait, why am I feeling like I want to go back here? Wait, why am I feeling like, that's where you have to have a really strong meditative practice, a really strong sort of regimen where you're able to reconnect with yourself routinely to strengthen the connection that you have with your higher self. Being an empath is not a weakness. It is a sensitivity. It's a gift. You have to know how you relate to it in such a way that is empowering for you. Yes. And that's why sometimes, okay, people can take advantage of empaths. But those are the healing experiences. It's necessary to go through those experiences to be able to then live as an empowered empath. You have to be shown your strength. That's why when empaths meet people like narcissists and etc., that's you getting into your power. That's you understanding, getting into, okay, your experience of how you manage your potential. Let's clear it. Because as an empath, you're very powerful, actually. And that is where I say, it's just, that's where I'm saying it kind of feels stupid and silly and dumb. People who don't put value on energy, and people who are in the field of energy and, okay, who are psychic, and they make fun of them. Okay? This is very silly. Because actually, you don't realize how fucking powerful it is and an asset it is to be one with your higher self in this dimension. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay? But it's not up for, it's not up to you to realize for other people the power of also releasing karma. Some people want to live with the karma they do, you guys. And that's let them make their decisions. Hands in the air. I am sorry. I'm not living in guilt for the decisions that you make for yourself. Yeah. No guilt zone, you guys. And that is also something you're really going to have to work through as a light worker, is facing situations where you do what's right for you. Okay? And people are going to be like, oh, it's like, I'm sorry. If I'm doing what's right for me, why on earth would you have something negative to say about that? Unless it's a conditional connection that me and you share, right? If it's unconditional love, think about it. You have to be so firm in that space to also really hold the vibration and to help others ascend. Let me say it like this. You're climbing a mountain. You've climbed this mountain before. You're well-versed and you know how to do it. You know that for yourself. You got your certification. You got your degree. You've got an ability. You've got a particular ability about you and about your way to be able to climb the so-called mountain. Now, let's say that you bring some people along with you, right? You say, hey, I can climb this mountain on my own, but hey, I want to bring you along with me. I want to show you like what I can do. I want to show you guys, like, hopefully you'll learn for yourselves as well at a certain point. Some people, right, as they're climbing with you, they'll try and call shit out while you're climbing up there. They'll be like, hey, wait, no, wait, they don't even know what they're talking about, you guys. Okay, they're telling you, no, wait, let's clear it. No, they're telling you shit. Let's clear it. They don't even know what they're saying. They're trying to control you as well. I hear that. But because of their own fear of ascension, let's clear it subconsciously, you guys. But that's the karma. And that is their decision. You can't release the karma for somebody else. And if someone claims that, that's dangerous, you guys. Stay away from people who say, I'm going to release this for you. What the fuck is that? No. Let's clear it. Please. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not real, you guys. That's not real. Okay, let's clear it. Yeah. So anyways, but going back to it, people are calling out, like, the irony is, like, you're up there, okay? They're like, they don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know what you're doing. So you have to be powerful enough to say, no, I know how to climb this fucking mountain. And I want to help you. And I remain so steadfast with the desire and the focus to help you ascend and not give in to your fear of doing that very thing, that I continue on my way. That's where, as a light worker, you have to literally show the way. If you give into the fear and you give into their fears and you turn back and you're like, what did you say? That's where, you guys, you have to be focused. There's a lot that circulates. But it's not news, okay? It's what you've known. And that's the illusion, okay, as well. Oh, people know. We need society and science to tell us who is what and what's real and who knows where is what and what and what. Oh, society didn't say it's okay yet. Society didn't say that that's real yet. Society didn't say this is, like, true. Oh, I can't do it. It's like that right there. You don't need to innovate truth and reality. Okay? That's where we say it really actually goes back. It's what you've known. We're not outsmarting anybody here, you guys. We're not outsmarting any system. This is an ancient ancient. And that's why I find it just very, very fucking silly. People who want to live through life, okay, with like so-called knowledge and to outsmart ultimately themselves for fear of the relationship with their higher self. Why? Because you don't want to meditate? Because you don't want to recalibrate? Because you don't even want to learn about what that is? You're so against it? Really? Oh my God. Paddling away as fast as possible. Well, that's a red flag. It's kind of like, you know, people who like ignore people. We're not talking about like if someone is crossing over a boundary as you feel it. That's different, guys, right? Obviously. But like if someone is like running away from someone who didn't do anything wrong, okay, really wasn't being any kind of way, is it really that like they are like not interested in them? I don't think so. Yeah, you can play it all you want. No. Okay. Usually there's something there that is causing that point of tension. So yeah. It's just interesting at a certain point. People who avoid, and that's where you have to say, love and light, I send you on your way. So I can continue on my way too. Because I have my journey, I remember that. And those of you who are also maybe, you know, your readers and whatnot, and you're working with like clients that are kind of wrapping you up in their creative mold, I don't know what. And then you're getting really overly invested in their storyline, and then it's like, that's where we have to remember, no. I can help someone, but I don't become that person, right? Their journey is not my journey. I have my, yeah. So got to clear your aura, clear your cords, clear your karma as well. Very important. And if you're doing that and they're making you feel bad for stepping out, goodbye. Okay. That's an entity attachment. Yeah. So furthermore though, right? This is the light workers storyline. What were we saying though? I wanted to say something right before then. Oh, right. So if people are, this helped. Something about that. The hermit's goatee. If someone is not ready to ascend, that's okay. That's not your problem. And so don't take it personally. They have to understand why they are resisting. They have to understand what it is that they actually do want really too. Sometimes they have to run far enough from it. Okay. Yeah. Because that resistance is with themselves. You can't really get involved, right? I mean, you can, but then it's going to also, you know, what goes up must come down. Like there's a reaction to everything. Butterfly effect. If you are investing your energy there, then you don't have the energy to invest in another area of life. So it's just give and take. And that's where you have to really question your role also as a so-called healer and as a light worker. You know, you can't heal people, but you can guide them. You can show them the way, but you don't walk the journey for them. Okay? If someone's like, hey, I'm not understanding, like, and they want to debate you on chat, like, they're detracting you from ascending on the mountain to help show people the way. Some people are not going to get it. They're too scared. I don't want to climb. No. They went like 2 feet with you. Okay? And then they retreat. No, back to the valley. I can't. Let's clear it. Too much change. Too weird. I don't know what's going on. Let's clear it. Love and light. Love and light. But some people, if you continue on your way, some people will immediately click and they will come along with you. Okay? You have to live for those people. You have to live for those people. Have in mind, okay, what it is that you want to create. Don't listen to the people who don't come along for the ride. Those of you who are launching a product, those of you who are starting a business, or whatever it is, a project, okay, and you believe in it and it really resonates with you, don't focus on what is not working out in relation to it, because there will be people who do not resonate yet with where you're at, with what you are doing, with what you're creating. Okay? You create the path. You don't choose who follows it. So those of you who are working on a storyline, okay, and you're facing some sort of challenge with that can actually be a good sign. And I would really question, is this someone who I resonate with, even though, right? You want to usually be associating with, giving more attention to things that bring you up, that inspire you. If you're giving more energy and attention to things and people who are kind of you have to wait out, right? It's I've spent an hour negotiating my mantra with someone who is obviously not open to it. Okay, time to check out. Let's clear it. I could have spent that time working on developing my story, right? So that's right. It doesn't mean don't try to help, right? People who are not really vibing high, but there's just a point. And that, I mean, if you feel like you're still getting involved in those conversations, that can be the ego shadow as well. You have to ask yourself, well, why am I so invested in this? Let's clear it. Right. Pulling back the energy. Exactly. So that you can reinvest it. Otherwise, it's I keep spending on this one rock that doesn't do me anything. I know. I keep putting money into this rock. I don't know what that's going to. I see someone watering a rock. I don't know what. Love and light, but. So yeah, it's just a matter of balance. So sure. No, my point is know where to give of yourself and out to what level and degree. Ask yourself. You have to think about yourself as well in relation to who it is that you're so-called giving. You have to remember yourself in that equation. Otherwise, it's the attachment. It's a narcissistic attachment. You have to understand the intention as well of that person. Some people don't want to be healed, you guys. Love and light. Let's clear it. That's not where they're at right now. Okay? That's not where they're at right now. But you have to be the one to say, I see that and I'm going to check out, right? They're not going to come and tell you that. They're going to want to be healed. No. You have to get real clear. My energy. I see you right there. If you really were open, we would be at a different point by now. So goodbye, love and light. As the teacher, so-called, you have to understand where the student is at. And if they're just saying, I want to learn, or if they really do truly want to transform their story. Doesn't mean that they're not a good person or whatever. It's just it's not a good trade-off. It's not a good currency right now. It's not where it needs to be. So maybe, and you stepping away from that person is doing them a favor. That's where then they will grow into that space of saying, I need to want to become this. And then they can come back to you and it would be a much better currency exchange, right? Where you're not putting in fucking 75 fucking % into a connection that is what they are here for, really. Let's clear it. You know what I'm saying? And this holds for relationships. If you're in a connection where it's you feel you're way, I mean, we're talking you're basically pulling their shit up, you guys. That's really not a good sign. Let's clear it. Because then that is draining you. Then it's you don't have the energy to really continue on like that. And over time it's going to be draining you. You're going to feel depleted of your life force. And then what is that? Is that a relationship or is that an entity attachment? You answer that. Is that a parasitic connection? Because also, where are they going with that? Think about it. I'm giving all my energy away, but they're not even ascending. What the fuck? That's the red flag, you guys. Though, and that, you guys, that can also be a client. I want to bring this to attention. It can be anyone. It could be a client. It could be a relative. It could be a so-called boss. It could be a social media icon figure. It could be a business. It could be a stock. It could be an industry. You keep putting and pouring and pouring. It could be a conversation. It could be a thought mantra. It could be a thought concept, okay? So get really wise with where you're investing your energy and your time. And being scrupulous with how you invest your energy doesn't make you selfish, okay? It does not make you you should not feel guilty for being discriminating with your energy currency. and that includes your emotion. You can also take your energy back emotionally and say, I'm not going to give of myself emotionally in the situation anymore. I have the right. I have the fucking right to do that. Okay? Yeah. And you're not going to guilt trip me. You're not going to make me feel like I'm not. Yeah, because I'm empowered for doing that. And you should learn from that. Really, you should. This is for some. Let's clear it. And people who try to make you feel like it's like, oh no, it's selfish that you want me to remain in a situation. No, you say very clearly. You say, hey, I am feeling drained in this situation. That's my fact. Now, having said that, I come in, I now say, I want to take my energy back. If you say that that's selfish, think about that. You're saying basically that I don't have the right to clear myself of storylines that don't empower me. So that right there sounds selfish, right? That's selfish. Let's clear it. That is something selfish. And if someone wants to debate this on you, get the hell out. Love and light. I don't care. I don't care. Let it get embarrassing. Let it get awkward. Because they're not going to necessarily want you to do that. Something that has been going on for quite some time. And in situations like that, okay, they may have really, if they are somewhat, let's say, like if there's a very strong chord where you've been giving a lot for many years and they've been receiving a lot, that's, you're going to want to be kind of careful with how you, okay, release from that, because it's a detoxification, and detoxification, if you detox too quickly and you've got a lot of toxins in the body, you can have what's called a Herxheimer's reaction. And so you want to be careful of that with people as well. So if you are in a toxic situation and you realize this is not going anywhere, I would get some certified assistance with that. And okay, really release. Because yeah, that's not going to serve anybody, right? In the long term, but you'll know if that's your situation and your story. Let's clear it. You'll know if that's your situation and your story. Is if it's just a debate and there's no action, no follow-up, and you feel like over time you're not feeling empowered, like more empowered, that's an energetic entity attachment that you need to clear. And I'm just going to say it like that, really, really, really honestly. And it could be very, very, very debilitating at times, very hard, because usually those types of like energy connections in people, they'll be pretty manipulative and they'll know how to play on everything that you want to hear at certain times and everything you don't want to hear at certain times. Okay. Let's clear it and ground. So you want to be brave, though, and calling it out with yourself. And that doesn't mean you need to go and negotiate that with them. That's the red flag. When we try to go and, negotiate, wait, like, I just want you to accept my decision. Like, what? The point is that it's your decision. That's the whole empowering thing about it, right? It is your decision that you're making for yourself. So the point is to be, right, brave to do that. So a narcissistic energy can really lurk anywhere. It doesn't matter what someone looks like, the job title they hold. It doesn't matter if, they operate as a single entity or several together as one. If it's one person or if it's a group of people or if it's even a fucking mantra at a certain point. A community of thought can be narcissistic. I'm hearing this. Let's clear it. So that's where you have to kind of just see it as energy and say, does this empower me or does it not? You can give people chances. But if you see that a certain cycle keeps on moving in a certain direction, you got to be smart and say, hey, I see the cycle. And I cut here my cord with you. Let's clear it. I cut the connection that I once held to the space, because it's all perspective as well. You, at a certain point, you allowed, right, the storyline to continue in that way. You said you perceived of the so-called narcissistic energy in a very particular way, to such a point where you oriented towards it in a particular manner, and you open yourself energetically to it in a vulnerable way. So the point is we need to close the doors of vulnerability. Does the narcissist want you to do that? Obviously not, because that's their currency that they're basically robbing you of your energy force field. But it's not about challenging them, being upset at them, and going back to them and explaining and like yelling and yada yada. No. The point is empowerment. It's to say, hey, it's all perspective. And maybe at a certain point, okay, I open myself to this space. I say, let that be my point of reflection with my greatest strength. Okay? It's not that your empathy is bad. It's that it's a matter of how you are learning to utilize it, to challenge the ways in which you have been taught to use it in this dimension at this time. People have been taught, oh, it's like good, especially feminine energy, you guys, women. They're taught, you need to be nice and, you know, sweet and blah, blah. What the fuck is that? I'm so sorry. Right? It's not about being nice, you guys. It's not about niceness and, you know, your empathy, your empathic ability is to be used in harmony and in synchrony with your masculine archetype as well. The masculine energy. Yeah. Society doesn't want really people to know that. Society doesn't want, especially in these very patriarchal sort of systems, that's where it's like you have to be like a sweet woman, like a delicate like flower. It's like, what's that? I'm so sorry. What? No. That's where you set yourself up to basically be taken advantage of complete fuckingly. You guys? And that's where you say, I reclaim my story of how I am nice. And just because I have boundaries with how I reflect others doesn't make me not nice anymore or not empathic anymore. It doesn't make me less of a light worker to reject storylines that don't allow me to continue what I do at the highest vibration. Hopefully this is making sense. Let's clear it. Yeah. If something is going to make you feel disempowered, then you have the right to not engage in that because it's cyclicalism. And this is the point. It's an irony where someone says, oh, you don't want to help me? You're so fucking zealous. It's like, what? Okay, hold on. So are you saying that you're more important than me? Oh, no, really. Yeah, no, I've had clients, okay, this is years ago, who would get so offended because I said I don't resonate with this and I'm not going to do the service. So guess what? I was really happy that I decided to act on my intuition, to say what I really felt and not fall through with it, because that was the telling point ever so much for me. That told me that that was seriously a very dangerous path to follow. Because think about it. If their intention was something other than light and I opened myself up further to them, interaction with people creates cords, you guys. And that's also where people feel like, oh, I didn't have sex with this person. Like, it's fine. We're just talking every day. No. You guys, talking creates cords. Thoughts create cords, you guys, even kind of, we can say. But if you have boundaries, right? It's got to be a two-way road. And that's where I say it's bullshit. It's bullshit, fucking baloney, that only one person, if you keep bumping into someone or you keep thinking about someone or something like that, or you get thoughts, fucking baloney that it's just you, please. It goes both ways. Okay? You allow people also to hook into your aura. You do. You make that conscious decision. I know. That's a little controversial, but yeah. So this is where we say, okay, you let in, kind of in a way. You do let people in. And if you don't resonate with something, my point is just don't interact with it. Let's clear it. Let's clear it all the way down and all the way up. Let's clear it around. Are we resonating with this concept? Yeah. I've had to get nasty with people on Astral as well, who are insistent with their thoughts. Okay. Yeah. Some cords are so strong that when you cut them, that person will come back. No, they will actually physically fucking remanifest in 3 fucking D. Yeah. How many of you have had an experience like that? Where you cut a cord, you cleared the cord, supposedly. You attempted to. If you really want to clear a cord, I'm talking in every chakratic system, you would clear it and it would, yeah. This is my personal belief. We don't clear things until we're ready to do so. Maybe as a human in 3D terms, we think like, I'm done with this, but there's still a storyline. That's why I'm saying when you want to clear cords, like truly, you have to understand the cord. So, but when you're trying to clear the cord, that person, if you haven't really honestly like truly cleared it, that person will remanifest. So let's clear it. You know, when you're like trying to let go of someone and you're like, and then they come back right then, like, let's clear it. It's like, what do you think is happening right there? You know? So and it's a reflection point. Chords are reflection points, right? We're obviously we're connecting to a consciousness, a thought form. If you want to see it in that sense, we're not really connecting to a person because what are you know, is it really John? We talked about this in the Twin Flame video. I'll put that in the chat box. I think the title is like, this video will change your view on Twin Flames. Something like that. And I want to talk as well about this whole, oh, thank you, Power of the P, for your donation. Love and light to you there. I want to talk about this whole like femininity thing and masculinity thing. I'm so sorry. Like, there's nothing, okay, yeah, there's nothing disempowering about being a so-called female, feminine. I don't even really like that word. What is a female, please? Okay. And not and expressing the masculine energies. This is also something that I think really needs to change in society, is like people feel like they have aligned these expectations. Like women need to be so feminine and men need to be so masculine. It's like, this is so unattractive. Like, seriously. Like, can't you see straight through that? I don't know. Let me get this thing up though. So if you're a female, so-called, again, I don't know what we're saying only about, but if you associate as a feminine archetype primarily, okay, you shouldn't feel afraid to express your masculinity. And if someone is kind of challenging that for you, where you're expressing both, and maybe other genders as well, it's like, how do we know really what is even gender? We have so many genders on different dimensions and planes. So it's very silly and very limiting to think that we need to only express like one archetype, like, and especially because it's expected, right? It's not gender, it's energy. So it's like, you're basically like, when you are way too, let's say, caught in like, oh, I need to be like an uber masculine and uber feminine, then you're basically like limiting part of your energetic capacity. It's like you could just cut off supply. It's like you just kind of suppress your yin or you suppress your yang. And then it's like, it's not that it's not there, guys. It's just, and then that's where it becomes, you know, it still is there, but then it's energy. So it needs to find some way of remanifesting. I want to talk about something, but I don't know if I should talk about it on here. But that's why we have all these strange kinds of situations when it comes to matters of engaging physically, where people feel like they need to and that's also maybe at times why we feel like we can't orgasm. We have trouble with that. Because it's like, is it real? What's going on right now? Am I pretending to be just a woman and you're pretending to be just a man? This is not realistic, please. That's where it just gets very clunky and very story-like and very oh, I'm not allowed to also be Shrek, and you're also not allowed to be Fiona. There's something like that. This is a message coming through here. Let's clear the ground. I think where we find trouble with that is where we're not really being truly fluid. And that's where we really can't have compassion for the other frequency as well. Let's say you have a so-called masculine, predominantly masculine energy and feminine energy, as above, so below. You can't have masculine without feminine. So if somebody's holding back their femininity, okay, and they're just expressing the masculinity, they're not really having true appreciation even for the femininity. You know what I'm saying? Then it's a defensive energy. It's a defensive dynamic. And that's why then we wonder, why are we not connecting with this person? Why are we not able to it's it's not really, yeah. So I don't know. That's why I can't do one night stand shit. I can't. Never. Nope. But you take it as you will, Those of you who have Venus and Mars in Gemini, maybe in the first house, I don't know. Let's clear and ground. Hey, Nat, what the fuck? I'm one night standing right now. I'm just texting you from the bed. It's about to be the morning after. I'm about to be just out of here and just lickety split. Let's clear and ground. Oh my god. This is a generalization, guys, and it's a joke. But Venus and Mars don't necessarily, in Gemini, don't necessarily have to manifest like that. Just FYI, you can have a different, let's clear it. Anybody have that placement? Sarah Rose has that? Really? You've got Venus and Mars in Gemini? So are you leaving at 2 or 3 a.m.? From their house? I'm kidding. Oh my god. Spirit guides getting... No, this is our only chance to interrogate her. We need to know. We're going to pick her up. Wait, so, yeah, who has that? Oh, shit. Rollum? Interesting. Let's clear it. What about Venus, Mars, and Aries? Fuck. We're moving on from Gemini. What about Aries? Now listen, who has Venus and Mars and Gemini in the house of Aries? Or vice versa? Who has Venus and Mars in the 5th house? Who has Venus and Mars in Aries in the 5th house? That's you make a fucking business out of that. It's you got to just keep doing it over and over. Oh my god. Even an appointment book of it's a 1-minute stand. Let's clear it. It's taking too long. I gotta get on to the next. Love and light. Let's clear it, bro. Anyways. Hey, Chris. Chris says born in October. I don't know what that means. Well, we got to look at your birth chart, shall we? Chris, do you mind? You have your birth information? You're not an alias, are you? We're going to be really reading on your chart. So it depends. Look on the rest of his comments. If he's a Scorpio, if he's Ball, he's Libra. I was going to say. I was going to just start assuming right quick that it's not going to be his real birthday. Chris R. All right, let's look at your birth chart, Chris. It's a Halloween special. Let's look at your birth chart. let's clear and run. By the way, guys, I'm not really doing the private services anymore, but every so often I feel guided, you know? So, but if you have ordered a private service, you're one of the, we'll say, last, like, in other words, like, I'm going to do your service. Yeah. If you're still waiting on that, just know that. And I feel so touched to connect with you guys as well, those of you who have, you know, ordered private services. But I need to take a break with that, I think. I'll be taking a break with that. And if I feel guided, you know, I'll jump back in. And it's funny because sometimes I'll see people in person and, like, they will know me from the channel and I'll, yeah. I will, like, so-called make, like, an exception or whatever. But I'll be like, yeah, Spirit wanted this. Chris, what is your birth informations? If you feel comfortable sharing that information in a live chat, of course, I have to put that out there. Just don't want Chris R, the Libra, coming back. Like, not. I have, like, all these people. I don't know. Printing my, like, ID card. I don't know. Just, yeah. Chris, I will understand. Oh, he already put his information. 10/16/1995. I see someone drinking coffee here. I don't know what that's linked to. Get down on it, do, do, do. Get down on it, ba, ba. Get down on it, do, do. Wait, we just passed your birthday? Chris? Chris? Christopher? Columbus? All right, let's get the chart. Chris, do you have a birth time? Again, you don't have to share this information in the public live chat, but if you feel guided, do you? Turn around. Get down on it, da da da, da da da. Clear it and ground, clear it and ground. October 16th, 1995, you said, Chris? Where's the chat box? Oh, here we go. Midnight? Okay. All right, let's see. Can you tell me, like, a general city where you were born? Again, if you feel comfortable. Because it will change the ascendant. Actually, you know, honestly, so will your birth time. So just as a disclaimer. We do need that to have your oh, I see someone join monthly subscriptions on members. Hello, welcome. It's Astro Ascension Tarot. How cool. Ooh, coolio. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you there on members here. Texas, Houston. Bowler up. Let me see here. Let's clear it. Let's clear it. Clear it. Clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it. Midnight. So yeah, you guys, thank you for joining members. Those of you who joined, thank you for your support there. Of course, it does help the channel. Duh. I do this full time, so yeah, you must know that by now. It would be like, I think, virtually impossible. So yeah, Spirit has me doing this as my job. So those of you who do contribute to the channel monetarily as well, of course it does help. And what is monetary ways, right? It's all energy. Chris, y'all ready for this? Your moon is in Cancer, Chris. Wow. Your Venus is in Scorpio. Well, you just had a major cycle. You literally just had a Venus return. How has this last few months been for you? Greece. Greece. Chris, have you ever considered traveling? I see this for you. Where's the chat box? Where the hell did the chat go? Guys, can you still hear me? Oh, here we go. It's clearing on. Chris. Aw. So Venus and Scorpio. This is interesting. You got a lot of you have a lot of water in your chart, actually. And this is where it gets really interesting because, you know, yeah, like some people who are, I mean, I don't know, you might be, I don't know, whatever, what is gender yet again? But, you know, this is where people, you know, they can be a so-called male and they can have a lot of yin in the chart and they can grow up and, you know, maybe they can at times grow up in a society where they're taught that it's not right, so-called, to have feminine energy. And really, what is feminine? Feminine doesn't necessarily equate to like high heels and lipstick, but it is before you start heading out to Sephora, okay, doing those things doesn't make you more feminine. True feminine energy is the divine feminine essence of being receptive, being sensitive, being empathic. So everyone can have those energies, and some may have that frequency more intensely than others, you know, and nothing is necessarily positive, negative, or neutral. Let's clear it. We made a decision to reincarnate with these frequencies, and there is a reason for it all. And you want to look more at your North Node as well for that. That's another discussion. Let's clear it around. Now let's get back into it. Yeah, so that's why it's like masculines who are like, oh, what do you mean I'm feminine? It's like, it's not anything you need to do. It's not what you think it is. It's not like, oh, I have to think like a feminine. It's like, what does that even mean? Right? There are societies where the so-called feminine, they act masculine, and the so-called there's some tribes. Yeah. Let's clear it. Right? So it's all like, yeah, it's time to strip away. It's like, it doesn't make you more feminine to wear heels. You could be a feminine who wears heels and yada yads and all of that. You go the whole 9 yards of like, femi this, femi that. I'm super feminine. And you could be in the toxic divine feminine energy. That's something really important to point out as well. So those of you who are like, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm not really like, you know, channeling like my feminine energy or whatever, you feel challenged. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to do something to be in a very particular way. Like, you don't have to be like a mean girl, you know, mean girls to be like feminine. Let's clear it. Or to hold the feminine essence. Let's clear it. That's something I just really want to point out here too. And you don't need to go out and buy feminine stuff to be feminine. Like, it's a frequency, it's an energy. So getting back to Chris. Christopher Columbus. Or maybe it's like Christopher S. Christopher S. Christopher O. Christopher Colombo. Christopher Columbus. Colombo S. I don't know. All right, let's get back to it though. Let's get around. So here's the thing, Chris. Got a lot of empathic energies. We'll say yin, receptive, where you are naturally, okay, drawing in. And I think this is also important to note because, you know, so-called males, and I'm not saying males like males, because what's males? I'm talking like people who associate as masculine who happen to have quite a bit of, okay, who have been, let's say, programmed to think, oh, I can't be sensitive. They could actually be extremely sensitive and they don't know what's going on. They think, I can't be sensitive. The fuck? I can't be someone sensitive. You can. Maybe that's what's going on, is that you're absorbing people's energies and so that's why we have to start thinking outside of the paradigm. Like, men can also be empathic and not realize it. So let's get back to it. It's clear. Let's get back to it. There's no one way to be a so-called gender, because also what is gender yet again, yeah? Let's get back. Chris, where did your chart go? I don't know why I'm talking with this accent. But yeah, Chris, something about travel here maybe with you. Here we are. So, yo, get your birth time. If you can get your exact birth time, because this would be quite interesting. When I put midnight, we have your moon in Cancer riding on your ascendant. This would make you very holly jolly, very, very much moth to the flame energy as well for feminine energies. Let's clear it. Yep. Moon in Cancer naturally is very much sort of naturally understanding of the feminine energy. Have you ever thought of maybe like psychology? Your sun is in Libra. Your North Node is in Libra. Wow, very interesting. Your sun and your North Node are not too far conjunct. There's about 4 degrees. And wow. I would assume that you represent something in some kind of way. Let's clear it. You would really do very well as like a spokesperson kind of vibe, or like someone who represents something and really sort of energizes others in that space. Like you would really, how do we say, almost like kind of like a character, how do I describe it? Psychology. Yeah. So Venus in Scorpio, though, I like that with the moon in Cancer because it gives you this sort of angle to the empathic tendencies. Scorpio's fixed. It kind of makes it so that people can't like really like fuck with you, like really, really, really fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Because let's get real, like sometimes, and there's so many factors in the birth chart, but like in general, people have a lot of water in the chart, sometimes they can be a little bit sacrificial with themselves. So I like to see the Venus in Scorpio makes you a little bit more like, kind of like angled and edged there with that. But this is a generalization, of course. It takes years to look at the birth chart. I'm still looking at my birth chart. I'm still realizing things over the span of years. So yeah, this is a total, and only you can make of your, of course. Let's clear it. So much of it is how you connect to what's in your chart. Your Mercury is exactly conjunct your Chiron. Holy tools in the shed? I don't know what that's alluding to. Interesting. You've got Mercury in Libra as well. Well, this is pretty much your freaking cycle, my friend. Your Mars is in Scorpio. Conjunct Pluto at 29. Bro, Chris. Chris? Have you considered anything to do with the occult? It's cleared, right? Definitely something where, well, even, yeah, wait, let me see something here. You've got one planet retrograded is Saturn. What about writing books? Have you considered this as well? Definitely something with, yes. But if you can get your birth time and we see you in another live chat, maybe we'll update. Guided. Because, yeah, that will really change the house placements. Because, yeah, what this was going to affect, because your Mars and your Pluto, that conjunction will really be very telling. This is a lot of Scorpio. You got a good outlet for that? Because when we come into the season of Scorpio with Mars, oh boy. Are there things that have been frustrating you right now during the Libra season? Because those things are going to come out in the Scorpio. When Mars goes into Scorpio, we're going to open that can. And it can be a pressure cooker. But this is a past life energy. I see that here with you. Pluto at 29. Pluto at 29 is definitely something that, it's almost like you feel like you got to do something with that energy. Anything at 29 is like, okay, I got this. That can feel a little bit frustrating. I wonder if you have a yod. You do have a grand water trine. Oh, shit. You've got a few. Yes. You've got, let's clear it. Yeah. You've actually got a kite. Yeah. You've got an overlapping kite. 2. Several, actually. This is obviously different, but I have that configuration. The grand trine that connects them to the kite. So, yeah, no. Spirit wants you to really look at something here. I'm hearing cacao. I don't know what that's going to. Maybe, or maybe something shamanistic even. I don't know if you've considered something like shaman work. Something we definitely with the occult. I see that, or metaphysics. Yeah, channeling something maybe related to that. But with something maybe even with nature and in animals, like spirit medicine. I'm hearing this. This is a message spirit wants this here for you. It's very obvious, I think now. Let's clear it on. Oh, you remember your past lives. Okay. Yeah, because Pluto at 29 is like, you like had your like hermit's book. You probably meditated into your next dimension. Like, who's that guy? Carl Sagan. So fascinating, that story. He meditated out of out of his storyline here on Earth. He passed so-called in meditation, and he was a heavy occultist. So yeah, this is very interesting. Chris, it's like you literally like left your hermit book open like in your hobbit house. You're like, all right, put me back for you here. Okay, you're fucking getting, I'm just like, I need a break here on Earth. Take a break. I'll remanifest. I'll you know, I'll reincarnate and then I'll be back. You left your little tab, your bookmark. No, seriously. So yeah, I think like on, yeah. And you're fairly so-called, I don't want to, what is age? But 1995, my friend, this is, let's get your your life path number, 1995, 10, 16. Maybe you find that you have very, very strong connections to certain parts of the world. This can also be, or so you feel very pulled to visit some place particular. And, I do believe that we have things that we activate when we do travel to different places. And so, yeah, 32 reducing to 5. Interesting. Is it really? 1 plus 9, 10, 1. 1 plus 9, 10, 1. 1 plus 5, 6, 6, 7. And 6 plus 1, 7 plus 1, 8. 8 plus 6, 14. Yeah, 5. Your life path number 5. I don't know. I get something with performance. Oh, I see something with performance. Let's clear the energy and ground. I'm getting that there is definitely a focus on representation. Have you considered starting maybe even like some kind of like, do you currently have an outlet for this energy? Maybe, Chris says, I remember too many things that I cannot comprehend. It's what's amazing to me. Maybe it's a matter of it's the outlet. Oh. Wow. How many life path number 5s in the room? Yeah, Vesna said left all the tabs open. That's literally like, he's like, I'm confident enough. I'm gonna just leave my Safari tab running. I'm just gonna reincarnate right quick. I'll be back. It's like all your past life bros were like, bro, what? You're not gonna make it in time. No, I'm gonna make it in time. You just wait. I just see someone in a hobbit house. They had their tabs open. No, literally. Like, they had a book open and everything. They like left everything sitting there. They left the lights on, the stove on. Can be. I'm not afraid. Let's clear. Because listen, Pluto at 29, there's like a reason for that. That's like something that you're also possibly needing to manifest, seeking to create. And you don't have like Pluto streak moments, do you? I mean, or do you? Because if you translate that into the shamanistic energies, like, whoa, you could really, yeah. With the Mars there. But I feel like it's something guided towards. Like, this is more like something you've even trained on, you have experience with. I see you touching some kind of powder, some sort of herbs. Your smell, your sense of smell, very strong maybe as well. Let's clear it. Yeah, bro, you're definitely an alchemist. I don't know this for you. I'm just seeing this. So but this is maybe something that you've created in a past life and you're coming back to it. Yeah. I'm hearing goblins. I'm seeing like bubbling on the stove. I don't know. I'm being serious. It's not like this is, yeah. Have you ever been to Salem? Now I'm just like curious. Maybe you have so many memories. Sometimes you wonder which ones you want to access. I'm seeing, yeah. Do you work with the Akashic Records? Let's get back to your chart. Yes, there's something you create. I see it as something with the senses. And you do have your sun in Libra, Mercury in Libra. Interesting. It's interesting. Still Bless says, are you a warlock? He may be a time traveler with this chart. Pluto at 29. It's like, bros, guys, yo, hey in the chat. So glad I found you. Whew. I need to anchor you guys here so I can anchor somehow in this reality. I'm not here yet. I'm still like midway. I left the door open in the Hobbit house. Listen, I didn't fully leave that lifetime. I'm kind of like still, I see you like indecisive, Chris. Flipping through a magazine of like which lifetime you want to reincarnate in. In the meantime, you left that tab open there. You may literally, seriously, you may be a time traveler. Let's clear it. I'm hearing plasmic. I feel like if you may honestly travel to like very particular places around the world, and you might just like something almost activates. I don't know. It's clearing around. Can be. What? I'm seeing Hobbit house. I don't know, Chris. It's a memory. It's something like this. I'm seeing, yeah, and I'm hearing plasma. I don't know what you were doing in the last life. I'm hearing screen on the screen. I see you like with a screen and like a tablet and like something bubbling. I don't know what that's linked to. I'm hearing Aquarius. Maybe you figured something out. I see that you created something and then you like left dungeon. I hear this. Yeah, I'm seeing something maybe with medieval. Something medieval. Let's clear it. Are you aware of your past life when it comes to the medieval ages? I'm seeing something like this. I see like a chamber. And I see something that, yeah, let's clear it. It's something that you wrote, though. This is, yep. Mercury, for you, is conjunct Chiron, which is telling me that you almost have actually, this is interesting, because Chiron is where it's a wounded healer energy. So Mercury is about the so-called intelligence, the knowledge, the awareness, the ability to transcribe. It's almost, you are like translating something here. It's like but you already manifest. I don't know. You're gonna have to like meditate on that maybe, or you maybe already have, or whatever. But you are it. Yeah, there's something here. I see something medieval. I don't know. I see the letter G here. Grotesque. Is this an era? Hold on. Yeah, no. Like I feel it's something literary. Grotesque. You're here. Hold on. Grotesque. Is it an era? Grotesque. From Baroque to Victorian era, in art, grotesques are ornamental arrangements of arabesques with interlaced garlands and small and fantastic human and what? This is on Wikipedia. There's like too many ands in that sentence. Early examples in Roman ornament. In art, grotesques are ornamental arrangements. Okay, yes, human and animal figures. Oh, usually set out in a symmetrical pattern. Art. Do you do some sort of art? Maybe there is something where you channel, this is maybe a medium. Yeah. It says usually set out in a symmetrical pattern around some form of architectural framework, though this may be very flimsy. I don't know why they say that. Okay. Such designs were fashionable. It's like a Yelp review. What's going on? Why are they calling it flimsy? All right. Let's clear it. Maybe they're saying it's like not permanent. I don't know. Like a permanent structure or something. Let's clear it. All right. Such designs were fashionable in ancient Rome, especially as fresco wall decoration and floor mosaic. Stylized versions common in imperial Roman decoration were decried by Vitruvius, c. 30 BC. By the way, this is wikipedia.com, who is, in dismissing them as meaningless and illogical, offered the following description. Let's clear around. For example, reeds, R-E-E-D-S, are substituted for columns. Fluted appendages with curly leaves and volutes take the place of pediments. Candelabra support representations of shrines, and on top of their roofs grow slender stalks and volutes with human figures senselessly seated upon them. Emperor Nero's palace in Rome, the Domus Aurea, was rediscovered by chance in the late 15th century, buried in 1,500 years of landfill. Let's clear ground. So hold on, let's get back to Chris. Where are you? You try to ground yourself a lot. Yeah, this is important. Huh. Mausoleum. I'm hearing this. Lot of things. And maybe this is helpful for others watching as well. Jupiter's in Sagittarius. Yeah. You need to travel. I hear this. I don't know what that's about, but have you felt that? I keep hearing the letter G. Groove? I hear groove. G-R-U-V, groove. I see groove entertainment. Hashtag Halloween kills. Hashtag horror movies. Crane. It says Groove Gear is a premium lifestyle accessories brand originally rooted in the creative community. Interesting. Our mission is to revolutionize the musician and jet setters. ... Anywho, you guys. Well, Chris, interesting. Get your birth time. Then we'll be able to see the house, and you can look it up on your own or however. But yeah, you've got a kite, and it's your moon that is basically opposing the apex of the kite with your Neptune and Uranus. So maybe there are some things that, yeah, it's interesting. Okay, but you might want to meditate on it if you feel guided. So you guys, what else? Oh, Bohemian Groove. I see. Let's clear it. Well, love and light to everyone here. We will talk more about these transits and members. Thank you for sharing your magic with us, Chris. So lovely. Actually, the sides of your kite are they're drawn out by the conjunction Mars, Pluto, and Saturn in Pisces. So your grand water trine is basically, yeah, it's holding the base of the trine of the kite, but your kite is horizontal, so it's literally pulled sideways. It's interesting. I don't know about the yod though. I don't see a yod in the configuration that I've popped up here, but honestly, it's really hard. Sometimes some websites won't show yods, so yeah. But yeah, I felt guided to just see that there. Nice reading with you, Chris. You guys, what else? Let's clear it and ground. Neptune is going to be going direct November 1st. And this is going to bring a lot of past life energy up, you guys. So, you know, don't be alarmed if you've got like weird dreams going on. And, you know, yeah, it's important during this time to stay grounded. And we talked about this as well in another video, another Astro live chat. Oh, Chris, have you also considered Reiki? Or even, yeah, something. But yeah, we're talking about how the day before a planet goes direct or clears, let's go around, it's very intense. So the planet of Neptune is going to be really at the forefront like a few days before it goes direct. So those of you with a lot of Pisces, we talked about this as a warning. If you have a lot of Pisces in your chart, you might find that it's very Neptunian. And this is obviously not talking even yet about your personal transit. So yeah. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Maybe, Chris, you got to move. Maybe you got to move, Chris. Maybe, are you still living in Texas? Where are you at? If you feel guided to share, you don't have to share this in the public chat. By the way, this chat is going. Tune in 2 hours later. We're talking to Chris. It's like Social Security. Chris, just, yeah, no pressure though. That's clear. Oh, way. Oh my God, you guys, by the way, I'm still thinking about Salem. What do you guys think? I can't tell if it's like, you know, like just a retro thing. Someone said in the chat earlier, in the live chat earlier, I went back and I read over it. I saw it. Somebody was like, you're being protected by not being in Salem. Let's clear it around. They said there are heavy energies in Salem. And I mean, that did occur to me. It did occur to me that maybe there's a reason why I didn't visit. And maybe, I don't know, but Salem. Let me do a chat. Let me do a poll. It's clearing around. Divine Goddess is like, yeah, I mean, honestly. Yeah, Rollum. Like, I kind of feel like, I was saying that earlier, I feel like it's so, like, natural. It would feel like home. But then part of me, like, I don't know. Yeah, right. Divine Goddess can be. Then it's weird because, like, then I keep meeting people who are like, no, like, you know, there's a reason why you're in DC. Like, people need more of that in DC. Like, and I mean, in a way, it's like, I don't know. And then I watched this like video on YouTube, and this dude was talking about how Salem is like extremely haunted, like super haunted, and like there's a wrath upon the city. So, yeah, true. Yeah, true. Yep. Yep, true. Let's clear. Right. Like, I loved Boston. Yes. So, Elwyn. Yes, I checked my astrocartography. That's what I'm wondering, Mimi. I don't know if it's going to be intense, but I kind of feel like, oh my gosh. So, and I've also had people tell me about Florida. Like, I had a medium tell me that they brought Florida up. Let's clear it around. Like, I feel kind of isolated in DC. Like, I don't feel I want to integrate here. So I'm just kind of thinking, like, but is it maybe I should stay? You know, I will obviously understand this more intuitively, but there's no reason why, you know, I'm here and I've been here and I haven't had enough of an oomph to leave. Let's clear it around. Well, that, you know, NJ, I'm seriously not integrating. I'm not integrating. I'm literally like, but I don't know, like even when I'm in so-called like LA or wherever, I've never found a place that really felt like home, you know? And when I think of Boston was very close to home. Like when you guys know the story, the first few minutes that I was going to a leadership camp when I was like really young, and I flew to Boston and I didn't know really what was about it. And we had to drive to the island. So we landed in the airport, Boston, Logan, and then we drove to the side of the wharf or something like this. And it was like 20 minutes. And I was looking outside, and the minute we landed, I was like, oh my God, I love this place. It was something. It was like 2 a.m. It was dark outside. I was looking out the cab for like 20 minutes. I fell in love. And ever since then, I told myself, I was like, I want to go to college here. I know it. And I ended up applying to all schools in Boston and ended up getting into a few and decided. So, and I loved it. I really loved Boston. So I don't know, like part of me feels like that was the closest to home I felt. I loved Sicily as well, but I really loved Boston. I felt like it was like something, you know? It's clear. I've had that feeling in Japan as well. But it was hard to really assimilate in Japan in some ways. But still, even like, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like in general, it's like, just like as a light worker, it's hard to really integrate and like find your so-called like community. Also because light workers are oftentimes isolated per the reasons we talked about earlier in this video today. Right? Linda, what do you mean? Oh, more than Florida, you're saying? Or what were you saying? Where in Europe, Vesna? Anyone been to Austria? Vienna? Heard a lot of things about those places. Let's clear it in the sacral chakra. You know, like when I watched, I know this is so cliche, but like when I watched Hocus Pocus with my sister the other night, I was like, bro, this place exists? And they're like, yeah. It's a real situation. It's a real life place, like situation. Like they're like modern day, there are a lot of occultists in Salem. So that's why I'm kind of thinking, like, I'm really kind of thinking, let's clear it. Yeah, I know. And so I know it's a movie, but it's also a vibe. Like when I was looking at the streets in the movie, but that's the thing. I mean, you really never. I mean, if you visit, right? Because it is a vibe, but it's also, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Let's clear it and ground. Like I can imagine myself living in Salem, you know, in like a little house with like a cat. I think there's a ley line running through there. Is there? But anyways, yeah. And like, I don't know. Like I feel like that would be so me. Or maybe it's a past life thing. But a lot of people who have visited, they've had crazy experiences. So, including the guy in the YouTube video who was talking about Salem, like, and he was like, yeah, like I had a spiritual awakening when I came here, and they did like the yeah. So, oh, Alwyn says I visited and half the tourist places closed. I just walked around town and it was beautiful. Interesting. Interesting. It's clear. Yeah. Well, the readings have been very interesting lately. One of them literally described this guy in the YouTube video who I ended up like finding because I was looking into Salem. It's the exact straight up dude. I think even the letters spelled out Joel. The letters spelled out Joel, like, and that was his name. And he was dressed with the skinny jeans and the black high top Converse sneakers from head to toe. New Orleans. I also have been thinking about that. But who knows? But I also miss Bandit. And I mentioned this earlier today. Like, I heard that Salem doesn't have an Apple store. Like, how will we do? I don't know. True, Julie. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm like, everything is so weird right now. Everything is so weird. It's like, how do we know what's what? Good question. Let's clear around. Bandit, bandito. Yes. In Boston. Then someone earlier was like, why don't you just move to Boston? And then I was like, I've been thinking about that too, but then it's like I've been to Boston and lived kind of nearish Boston, and then I was thinking, is it a repeat? That's what makes me think. Like I came up with this whole Xylem idea during Mercury retrograde kind of vibe. Let's clear it and round, possibly. Listen, Bandit, he's always talking to me. I feel him. He's like, Nat, where are you? Nat? Like, really? Maybe I should just like visit Salem. What do you think? But like once the planets are all direct, you know? Bandit has been known to like get pissed. Like on Astral. He like enters like people's dreams. No, really. He's a shaman. He is a wizard. I'm telling you. People come to me, they tell me, they're like, hey Nat, like I had a dream about Bandit. He was like, where's Natalie? Oh my god. No, like seriously. Maybe I should just go for like a weekend. But then I'm like, bro, is it like haunt of all people? About fear, but like, is it is I feel, listen, we'll know. We will see it more clearly once Mercury clears. Okay? The fog will lift. We'll realize what's what, you know. Bandito. Haunted ghosts? I'm cool with that. But see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe it's gonna be. This is the thing. I feel like it could possibly be like the totally it thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's like maybe I would be like super in my element. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel kind of like weird, like walking down the streets here in DC. Like, seriously. Like, I feel like Bandit is a shaman, you guys. No, really, he is a chakra specialist. He takes us on walks to very specific places, and then people will be in those places who will see him, and then they'll always have some sort of story, like I just lost my dog, or I was really sad about something, and like how did he know? Like, and then Bandit will give those people hugs. He doesn't do that with everybody. Some people he'll be like, nah, let's clear it, like love and light, but no, he must be a Scorpio or something. He's love fucking hate. Like, and some people he got offended. Why does he give me? He's not even looking at me, making any eye contact. Some people he'll like come up, he'll pull them down into an embrace, and he'll pull them down into a hug. And he'll put his arms on them and hug them. And for like 5 minutes, we're all standing there. Like, that's why we needed to walk. He took us on this detour of the walk. Yeah, this has happened many times. And then people walk away. They're like, he healed me. Like, it's a whole thing. Let's clear it. He's a shaman. I really, really miss him. I love him, but it wasn't practical, you guys. He has separation anxiety, and he, seriously, 5 minutes, I would leave the apartment for 5 minutes, and the door would be like, he would be in the lobby. He figured out he learned how to take the elevator down. Yeah, you guys remember that story. I was like, let me like maybe like enjoy my like, you know, New Year's Eve with my sister at a family friend's place. The dude opened the door. He left. I came back home. To see him watching the ball drop with people in the lobby. I'm telling you, I was like, what? How in the holy heart of hearts? He probably would have started doing the laundry, cooking some dinners, hopefully doing the dishes after as well. Well, we do them together. All right, let's go around. So, let me get a picture of him for those of you who are like, who is Bandito? Bandito. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute, you guys. He's so cute. He's a shaman. For a second, I thought this was him, but it's me with some really big sunglasses on. I was like, wow, because he's got these big eyes, you know? So cute. All right. My screen is messed up, you guys. Sorry about that. So cute. What else? Clearing ground. Let's get some more picturas. Pictures. My dream is to live with Bandit in Tuscany, to have like a yard and he can run around. And one time we took him to a vineyard and he was like running around. It's like he forgot about all his troubles. He was like off in the vineyard smelling and following butterflies. It was just the sweetest thing. Let me get another picture of him to show y'all. Let's clear it. We FaceTime every so often. It's cute. Every so often, when my sister calls me, he's in the background. Aww. Cute. What else? So yeah, guys, I mean, so we'll see what's meant to be, you know. In the meantime, let's clear it. I'm just like, I don't know what is what, but if they start requiring a so-called you know what to even like travel. Oh, welcome to members, Empress of Light. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you there. We will see you on members. Hopefully, again, we're gonna go into members here not too long tomorrow. Well, we're already tomorrow. Midday. Oh, okay. Salem, 51% said visit. On the poll, 51% said visit for Salem. 24 live. 25 research. Interesting. Clearing around. Interesting. Danger Cat says research while visiting. Interesting. Linda says go to Salem during Halloween.
2:00.
That's right before Mercury clears. And it's like gonna be crazy. Oh my fucking god. Can you imagine if I did a Halloween vlog? Maybe I should do that. I'm going to do another poll. Or do you think I should wait? Let me do another poll, you guys. Let's poll it. It's a 6-hour drive / train ride. Mercury is going to be still in pro shadow. Danger cat. Research on the train. On the way there, I figure out it's all fucking haunted. Clear. No, I feel like that's a good idea. Maybe actually that would be kind of cool. Like the train ride, like maybe I could like then feel it out, on my way there, like how I'm feeling. Let's see the train where it heads to. Train. You guys imagine if I'm doing like tarot reads on the train, channeling on the train. Bro, it could be a thing. Let's see. It doesn't go directly to Salem, though. First, I would go to Boston, I guess. Maybe that's a thing to do. Maybe I could, like, go to Boston. At least it's not somewhere totally new. Maybe I'll be in Boston. I'll feel it out. And then, if anything, I could go to Beacon Hill. I love Beacon Hill. Beacon Hill, Halloween was, like, my experience of a lifetime. That right there. And everyone was like, we're going to Salem. And I was like, thinking, wow, maybe I'll go. And then I never ended up going. But that was like the next level, like Beacon Hill. And then it's like, clear. What do you guys think? You guys feeling this? Backpack Nat? Would we be okay with like not having the scenery in the background for a few videos? We're gonna miss the paneling on the wall there. Aw. Where are you at, Danger Cat? Let's see. Salem, Massachusetts. Let's see if the train goes. Let's just see. I'm hearing a song. Is that This Moment for Life? I don't know what that song is. DC to Salem, October. Maybe that is the thing to do. Maybe that's the thing to do during a retro. Because it's something I'm sort of familiar with. It's not like I'm not familiar with Boston. Like I've had the idea before to go to Salem. Not, just thinking like maybe this is kind of like actually the inkling. But now what I'm thinking about is that Pisces Mercury retrograde reading that we did with the Queen of Swords upright on the 23rd of October. I'll never forget that. Chris, you've been using it? Nat, I don't have one of those in my Hobbit house. Every now and then I time travel to your place. It's not a big deal, right? It's clearing around. Yeah, Empress of Light. It's where my heart is at. I'm telling you. There is something about Boston. That is what you're feeling. That is like my home. I feel it. I feel that. Definitely. And I visited a town like 10 minutes from Salem with my sister. And we were like, it was the weirdest thing. It's like we became like activated. We were like running around, like laughing. It was weird. It was a moment. Carmen says it's spooky season around here. LOL, it's clear. You live in Salem? Oh, you say I'm from Mass. You live 7 minutes from Salem? Wait, really? Okay, so what do you think? clear around. Okay. Oh, Alwyn says, you stayed in Boston and you caught a commuter train to Salem. Cool. Did you? Did you have to drive any bit or no? Let's see. I'm going to do Washington to Salem. Let's see how it tells me to get there. Should I take my cactus with me? It's funny. Really? Lots of benefits living in Mass. Like what? Tell me. I used to live in Mass. Oh my gosh, you guys. I might actually do this. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe it's going to happen. Maybe I'll do maybe really. Let me see. Caught the Fenway. Oh, I still remember that. Packy Cat and the Habit Yacht. Aw, I remember there used to be the baseball games. And everybody was like, wow, what a vibe. Oh, wait. Let me look at the chat poll thing. 84% said yes. 16% said wait. True. This is such a good point. Yes, Empress of Light. This is such a good point. And that's why I'm thinking, like, maybe, is it the time? Or do I just, like, should I just wait it out? Like, there's a reason why I'm in DC. Should I just stick it out in DC? Like, does it make sense to, like, kind of so-called uproot? You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because, like, I keep meeting people who are like, there's a reason why you're in DC. Like, maybe, you're here to create that here or something like that. Or you're here for a reason. It's definitely with the light grid, but let me see. It was so fun. I didn't mind the packed subway trains. But, this is the point as well. Like, everything has changed. Like, life is different. Like, really, truly. And that was a good point that someone made earlier in the chat. They said that, cities are different these days. Everything is changing. So maybe, it was Julie who said, yes, Julie. I think it was Julie. Yeah. Good point, Danger Cat. Miami, says Carmen. Really? Really? Let's clear it. Yes, Chris. Sometimes it's not that, whoa, I feel like a hand on my back. Sometimes it's not that we're not manifesting what we really want, right? It's that we need to identify it. So possibly. Don't be scared now. That's just me. So let me get the train schedule. Let me just see here. Guys, I'm like kind of getting excited. What am I going to take with me? I'll never forget. I used to do Vine. I did a Vine series. One time I made a video. It was like about traveling. When you're taking all the unnecessary necessities with you. It's funny. Taking your like, your dolls, your stuffed animals. People challenge you on it. Well, you really need that? It's like, yeah. All right, let's get I swear I need it. It's like, all right, let's clear it on. Already feeling the 6-hour train ride. I'm feeling it, guys. Oh man. Let's say, for example, 25th, let's see. Oh, all right. It doesn't go directly to Salem, right? We know that. Let's do Boston. South Station. Wow. Takes me back. I remember these days. Okay. So let's say, but you said you got there from Fenway? Oh, they have different ones like Back Bay. Let's just say South Station. But then I'm just kind of like, maybe I shouldn't take the so-called risk right now. We'll feel this out, but I'm just curious. Let's see. Let's just look at our options. Let's clear them. South Station. Like I know that when it's meant to be, it'll be like an absolute yes. So South, like if it's kind of like maybe I'm thinking of that, but it's not yet. You know. South Station to Salem. I think back in college, people would take like buses and they would like bus in. But it's not far. Can you even take an Uber? I heard it's like 20 minutes. Let's see. It's an hour train ride. You could take a bus? Oh, really? It's an hour bus ride. Interesting. Let's put 23-minute taxi, you guys. 23-minute drive. You could take, wait, hold on a second. You can literally take the MBTA directly from South Station to Salem? Interesting. But wait, I was reading something like you don't have a direct line. Is this true? Like, let's say you live downtown Salem and you want to get down to downtown South Station. Let's just say. Is it going to be a real, like, Yahooligan of a situation? Clear. Linda, you never fucking know. If I was that person in that last pick a card, if you want to travel stack, bro, it honestly might be. Like, I was feeling that storyline so damn strong. Who knows? It could be a metaphor, though. What is love, you know? All right. Cool, Danger Cat. I'll look into that. Look into this. What else? Really cool advice, Mastro, Muff. Yeah. This is my question. Let me search it. How to get from downtown Salem to downtown Boston. Dallas. Maybe this is another message for somebody. It says from Dallas, downtown historic district, Dallas, Texas to downtown crossing Boston, Massachusetts. Maybe some of you have a move on the horizon. Those of you maybe living in Texas, possibly. It's a general video. Take it as you will. It's literally like, how did that happen there? Salem. It's spelled Dalem, Salem, but and then it switched it to Dallas. Here we go. It says, is there public transportation between Boston and Salem? Boston and Salem are connected via commuter rail operated by the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, which locals refer to as the T. Oh, so the T goes there? Both the Newburyport and Rockport lines. Wow, I remember the sound of that. Which depart from Boston's North Station, stop at the Salem Depot. The trip. So wait, why did people say though that you need a car if you want to leave? You can also ride a ferry. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, it says no car, no problem getting around Salem, Mass. Guys. Something is like moving in the dryer. All right. Interesting. So it's not that hard. Oh, the ferry departs from Long Wharf in Boston and docks in Salem at Blaney Street, both of which are within walking distance to many local attractions. You guys, it's kind of similar to like where I'm already at. But the vibe would be totally different, I'm sure. Possibly. In some ways. But like many people in the chat said, like, you'll know. It's more like when you arrive, it's a vibe, you know? Many times we've thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing, or that's going to be like somewhere I never want to visit, and then ends up being, you know, somewhere you really love. So clear. So well, guys, you may end up kind of seeing me in Salem then. I might do this. We'll see. Government Center. Oh. Wonderland. I remember I wanted to take that. Oh my gosh. No, yeah. Because I remember one time with my roommate, I wanted to just ride the T all the way through, like, and just see where it would lead. And one of the stops was Wonderland. And I remember I was like, I wanted to take it there. So you could take it there? Hold on, let's clear it. Carmen says, by taking the train, you can go to Wonderland. Get off at Government Center. Okay. All right. I'm going to meditate on this. Yes, Salem has water by it. Isn't that interesting, Vesna? It's like a port. It looks very, like, colonial. If you look at pictures, very Columbus. And cold. The town was a prosperous port, engaged in commerce, fishing, shipbuilding, and it's funny because, yeah, it's like I also live by water right now. So it's like interesting. Maybe I will just visit Boston and to reduce the so-called risk during a retrograde. And then I will research on the way. I'll see how I feel on the way there. See how I feel on the way there, feel it out, vibe it out, and then maybe we'll see, guys. Let's clear it. Whatever's meant to be. But it might be kind of cool. Like, imagine if it's not now, maybe it'll just be later, you know? Oh, Alwyn, interesting. Can you guys imagine if we all met up there? It'd be so fun. Yeah. Let's look at the transits really quickly. So let's just say hypothetically, right? You guys think I should visit during Halloween? Or that weekend's going to be so crazy? Your mood is in Pisces, Carmen? Seriously, be 2 right there. I would be aware of the Neptune going direct on the 1st. This is, yeah, we were talking about this. It's clear. You guys, I just love Halloween. Like, this is what I live for. Ever since I came to DC, like, I haven't, like, engaged in Halloween as much. Like, now I'm, like, a little distressed troll doll who's lost my zest for Halloween. I feel like, yeah, I would just get right back into my vibe. Let me say it like this. When I originally watched Hocus Pocus and I was looking at Salem and I was like, is this a real place? Like, kind of vibe. Like, you know, and then I was like actually looking up and like, bro, I was like so excited. That was my first vibe. It was excitement. First instinct. But yeah. I got it. Yeah, you're right, Vesna. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Last Halloween, I was so just, you know, really, truly, like, I wasn't in the vibe a little bit. Like, it was sad. Kind of sad. Like, not sad, but it was a vibe. So, what am I going to do? Dress as a politician? Let's clear it. Spend 5 minutes talking to one, and you're pretty much, yeah, you got it all up in your aura. Yeah. Kind of like just exuding it. Anyways, let's clear around. But yeah, so I think I might do this, you guys. We'll take a so-called risk. What do we have to lose? It's time. It's fucking time, guys. This is a warning. You're going to see me in Salem. All right. Can you imagine me dressing as a politician with dreadlocks? I just not what is it? Brush my hair for a few days and I'm there. Half my costume is on. Half my situation. All right. So here's the thing. Jupiter goes direct on the 18th. This brings it back to our story. Jupiter brings it back Jupiter goes direct on the 18th. This is today. Mercury goes direct today as well, technically. They both have post shadow. The sun, I feel like there's some kind of information though that's related to my decision here. Maybe it's going to become clear. Then, bro, Vesna, wow. Right? Can you like imagine that? All right. Then like an apothecary shot. Can you imagine like all the shells with that'd be so interesting. Okay. Let's clear around. Then we have here the sun at advanced 29 degrees. That's where I feel like maybe Salem is not, I'm feeling some activation of the right side of the crown chakra. Maybe Salem is not like just a south node, like just past life energy, but more like something there is remained. Maybe that I to tap into. Possibly. We'll see. Okay, now the sun is getting advanced in Libra. This is leading out from the 19th to the 20th. I'm hearing clay. I'm not sure. Clay pots, maybe. Maybe this is the past life energy. So let's clear on. And then moving into the 20th, we see the full moon. This has been my dream, Sunny D, to have like a little shop. Like, even like a cafe. Can you fucking imagine? I wonder if they got stuff like that in Salem, like little like organic like coffee shop. I know Boston did. Some of the best. Some of the best. Oh my gosh. I miss Boston, guys. Organic coffee shop. Salem. Okay. Let's see. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, this is Salem, Oregon. Let's clear it around. Let's see, for example. You guys, this is such a vibe. Let's clear it. So cute. Let's see what else. Is there like a thriving like organic scene there? Like health shops and stuff, you know what I mean? If anybody does know. But I've lived in a bigger city for some time. It's like, I don't know if it would be too dramatic. You know, like way too dramatic. Let's clear around. If I opened a coffee shop there, would you guys visit me? Can you imagine? Let's clear around. I wanted to, I was this close. I almost opened a coffee shop in Manhattan. And then I was like, yeah. And then I just didn't do it. Maybe it wasn't the right place, you know? Clear. Let's look at some of these places they got. Kathmandu coffee shop. Sounds like Kathmandu in Nepal. Interesting. Let's clear it. Had a friend from Nepal. Reiki master, actually. He is now, I think. Never been there. All these bagel places. Oh, I'm getting hungry now. Oh my god, it's snowy. Oh, this is cute. So yeah, guys, honestly, we gotta visit. That's the only way you could really know, right? So I guess it's just like timing kind of vibe. They've also got a beach, for frick's sake. For frick's sake. Maybe? It doesn't hurt to visit, right? So let me search apothecary. All right. What a cute little town. It looks kind of gothic. Like the Gothic Quarter, you know? Interesting. Well, guys, we will see what happens. I'll be meditating on this. And Essex. Hold on, wait. This has been coming through in several readings, hasn't it? Something about Essex. Me too. Now I'm hungry too. Clearing around, yes. Health is very, very key. Yes, yes, yes. I know, Carmen. The winters in Boston were insane. But I was that token like Californian who loved it. I would go and get my groceries in the middle of a storm. It was a moment. I loved it. Maybe it's just my thing. I don't know. But I was in college at the time. No, I'm not in California right now. You reminded me I had something in the fridge. Oh, I'm hungry, you guys. Well, we wanted to look at the astrology, right? Life of a Pisces. Oh wait, we were gonna look actually at the apothecary shops and whatnot. You know, I just really realized that the places that I really love about any city I've been to are these types of places. Like, you know what I mean? The little shops and like the health stores and whatnot, the health food stores. So, all right. Self-care shops. It's clear. Even like even for example, in Europe, like the naturopathy shops and stuff with the herbs. This is my thing. I just love it. So maybe we'll see, you know, yet again, maybe we'll test it out. You guys, thank you for tuning in. It's clearing around. Interesting, Truth Heart. Look at the Mars and Venus. Oh, you said that you have the same Venus? What about the Mars? Mars. And it depends, I guess. You know, it will accentuate what it is that yeah. So like I know for myself anything touching like the South Node for me or Cancer energies is going to be kind of like sometimes challenging. Oh, Colorado I've wanted to visit, yeah, as well. Wow. Like the Cancer energy for me, but it depends where it is. Like, yeah, so maybe you want to look at your chart and see where you've got your South Node as well. So many factors. All right, guys. Well, this is really lovely to connect with you guys here. 144 likes. Wow. Always a reason for everything. And yeah. It is still Mercury retrograde, so we'll try to keep an open mind, I guess, with all that we're doing here. But let me just get a quick snack. You guys, like, imagine if I opened like a little like cafe. Like health goodies. Imagine if Bandit was a mascot. Imagine if he would sit on the porch. You know what I think? I feel that when the sun goes into Scorpio, we're gonna know what's what. Wow, really, Sunny? Oh, I thought you said. I thought you said you did. Interesting. People say they have dreams about me with herbs. Multiple people have said this. They said they had dreams of me doing something, yeah, or of herbs, something like. I want to do that. Like, you know, in Korea, they have these cafes where you do a foot soak and they pour like stuff in the water. It's really interesting. Like herbs. The hell was that? Weird. The cord. Imagine like herbal lattes. Imagine like a little retreat center. Oh my god. So cool. Interesting. So Herbal teas. Interesting. Yes, I agree. Every question is an excellent question. I totally agree, Sunny D. It's clear one. Scorpios tend to have a lot of questions. That's like one way you can really pick a Scorpio apart in a crowd of people. Scorpio sun sign, they'll just like keep asking you. At a point, it's almost like they don't even, I wonder if they know that they ask those questions. Like almost always with a Scorpio, it's been like people I've met in 3D. It's like they're the whole way through the convo, they're asking like endless questions. Anybody experience this? Oh God, Carmen. Psychedelic troubles? What? But yeah. But then when you ask them one question, it's like, no, like literally. Yeah. It's interesting. I love Scorpio energy, but it's kind of like intense at times. Can be. Snack. I could just imagine us having a sleepover in Salem, in like a haunted house or something, in like a barn. It's kind of creepy. I don't know. Imagine sleepover with like sleeping bags and like plaid. Are you guys like getting the vision? I'm just seeing it. It's kind of cool to think of. All right, guys. I think I'm going to do another snack, actually, one of those thingies. I didn't really have dinner. Uh-oh. Maybe I'll also do banana. I also want to go on a detox, physical detox, and I want to do like an anti-inflammatory diet and cut out all sugars and carbs and such starches. But yeah, now that I'm not going to be attending the gym anymore, I'm going to start getting used to just like working out on my own and glamping. Angie says, bring your own sleeping bag. Who said I wouldn't share? I'm kidding. Oh my God. Shit, Vesna, you remind me I have potatoes in the fridge. I could eat those. But yeah. Staying off carbs can help your insulin levels, your blood sugar stabilize, and such things. Oh my god. Anyways. Clear ground. What else? Oh shit. This has a lot of sugar, you guys. I don't even want to eat this. We're grateful, but like this is too much sugar. That's because I don't really have food right now. Did you get the liver support supplement? Yay! That's great. Aw. All right. All right. Let's clear around. Anything else, guys? The only thing I'm thinking of is a little bit like that reading we did for Mercury. Does anybody remember that? The Queen of Swords on the 23rd? Oh, God. Here we go. All right. Well, we're going to get back into members as well again, right? You guys, thank you for tuning in. That's going to be later today. Most likely we'll jump back into members. We'll talk more astrology there. And yeah, other than that, it's cleared and ground, and I think we're pretty much done with the messages, I guess, here. Yeah. No, sugar is not good, right, Beth? Sugar is it's true. Can be the root of most ailments. So all right, guys. Thank you for joining, members. We'll see you there, and tune in tomorrow. Today. We'll see you. Bye, you guys. Love and light. See you.